Hello, everybody. Hello, and welcome to today's session of a Feywild Fable. This is session 8 of the campaign. We're winding down to the end now. Onion's lagging a bit today, so that's why he's still waving. It's probably due to his internet connectivity's just been completely destroyed because of Storm Isha. If you hear lots of sound coming from me today, again, I'm getting battered by Storm Isha. That kind of puts a timestamp on when we're doing this session. So, first of all, let's go around. We don't have Alan today. She's unfortunately not here, but let's introduce the rest of our wonderful cast of characters. If we could please start off with you, Agent Zed.
Hey, I'm Agent Zed. I play May Wintersprite. I'm a monk, astral monk. God damn it, that's so bad. Anyway, I just got back from the dead, so I'm just still a bit confused and very attached to Finton over there. So, deal with that.
Thank you very much, Zed. And as I said, unfortunately, we don't have Alan here today, but Candelaria will be... Well, Candelaria's got some stuff to be doing anyway. Next up, we have the Onion Soup.
We've started? Hello, I'm the Onion Soup. I had a little bit of desync in my video and audio a moment ago, but apparently waving around my mic fixed it, so we'll see what happens. But I will be playing Sebastian, who's just found out that
desync again.
Great. Who's just found out that his stepfather, his father-in-law? No? Foster father, has just been murdered by his best friend, who's apparently his brother. Who knew?
Fun little story plots going on there. Next up, we have Paddy Max.
Hi guys, I'm Paddy Max. I play Clover Thistlefoot, and I've had way too much to drink, apparently. So Clover is a little bit inebriated or drunk. But yeah, all good. We'll see how today's session goes.
Just to clarify, he meant his characters had too much to drink. I'm pretty
Yes.
sure Paddy himself is
Yes.
sober. Next up, we have Smitty Jane.
Hi, I play Aurora, the designated counselor, and she's a fairy bard warlock, and she is also going to see her Patreon later tomorrow in game time.
Yeah, probably like 18 hours from now. Next up, we have the Eagle Outlaw.
Hi, I'm Eagle. I play Grendel. Oh, yeah. Hi. Yeah, that's it.
I love how yesterday you were telling us that your room's going to look entirely different for today's session, and it just looks exactly the same with a bit of a mess behind
I
you.
mean, that whole thing right there is gone. I've cleared out all that.
What about the mess on your bed?
Don't bring up the fact that he's made a mess on his bed. Come on.
Listen, that's very personal, and it really hurts my feelings that you would bring that up in this.
You don't have feelings. Next up, we have Tim.
It's Tim, and I'll be playing Finton, your favorite cleric, who has now apparently been bonded to May Wintersprite. Oh, sorry.
Oh, yeah. And I'm Rez. I'm the DM. I still have a cough, and I was only messing around with you earlier on. The desync isn't there.
What?
So let's get on with the recap of last session. This is the longest recap I've had to read so far, because Onion went into a serious amount of depth when writing it. So, the Session 7 recap. Our session started as the previous fight ended, with the hags and their minions defeated, the party bloodied and bruised, taking just a moment to breathe and tend to their wounds, before realizing that May Wintersprite, their fairy companion, had fallen in battle. Her soul left her body to be alongside her master, a new task now at hand. However, Saloon, the moon goddess, intervened, and Finton got a sign from Saloon's daughter, Lady Soon, to aid his companion and revive her. The rest of the party took a moment to collect themselves as Zolomar appeared and spoke to Rosina, the hag they had sided with, about fulfilling her agreement. Meanwhile, Grendel began telling the group that Henrietta was to be the martyr of his newly found religion, and that if he could make a deal with God, that he would get them to swap their places. He would be running up that road, running up that hill. Well, Candelaria spoke with Rosina, and she gifted Candelaria an upgrade to her halberd, giving up her eyes and infusing them to the weapon. Finton's Sword of Soon gained further power as he continued on his patron's path. Sebastian took a moment of Rosina's time to ask if she would be willing to make a deal in exchange for some power. She agreed as long as 1 week in every 3 months he spends time at her swamp hut to tend to the grounds and keep her powers thriving. Zolomar followed through with his promise and entwined the fates of both Sebastian and Aurora to cross paths with the murderer of Lady Favia Oakleaf. He then teleported the party, Rosina, and her daughter Maria to Rhinanori, the home of the court of the Unseelie Fae. Aurora wished to speak with Zolomar in private as she struck a pact deal of her own, whilst the rest of the group were approached by a satyr butler by the name of Palladius Ambergruff, the butler of the House Oakleaf. He informed the group that he was expecting them, and that they now needed to follow him to their lodgings. Rosina, Maria, and Zolomar headed off into the city, saying their goodbyes, but Zolomar privately planned to meet Aurora the following night. The group arrived at one of the huge Oakleaf properties. Gillesian Oakleaf greeted his old friend Sebastian and wished to drink with his companions. Both Aurora and Sebastian spoke to Gillesian about his mother, however, tonight all he seemed to want to do was party. Grendel disappeared into the library after hearing the conversation of why the group was there, finally understanding their mission's purpose. Grendel threw his dreams of becoming the god of cleaning to one side and decided it was time to become a detective and find out where the Tear of Crescentia is located. After some time, another visitor turned up, a half-orc gentleman by the name of Draxus Voss, none other than Sebastian's foster father. The two reunited with a heartfelt hug, but Sebastian had just been told that Dusk's Desire, his old home, was now owned by none other than the O'Shell family, a family within the city that has a power and a history with Sebastian. It also happens to be the family that Clover needs to deliver a package to. Gillesian asked for Sebastian to have a private word with him, so the two went up to his office. Gillesian passed him a bottle of expensive wine that Sebastian took a sip from. His gut feeling told him something bad was about to happen, but he trusted his friend and followed him in. It was at this moment that the true nature of the drink exposed itself. His body seized up, and Gillesian grabbed a blade. He sat Sebastian down and began to tell him everything. Gillesian revealed that he had killed his own mother, and the reason was that she knew something that the world could not. He told Sebastian that he was the illegitimate child of the Oakleaf family, and that his father had visited Dusk's Desire many moons ago. He told Sebastian that he couldn't have him around to spoil his inheritance, and that it was time for him to follow in Lady Oakleaf's footsteps. It was then that Draxus Voss burst into the room to defend his son, when Gillesian stabbed him in the chest and fled. Draxus slowly bled out before him, paralysed and unable to move. He watched, powerless. The party heard a thud from upstairs, and they decided to come check it out, but it was too late. Sebastian found it hard to find the words to tell his friends what had happened. He muttered a few words before Mr. Ambergruff began ascending the stairs. Sebastian very quickly composed himself and asked for the floor to be there till tomorrow. And asked for the floor to be clear until tomorrow. Just seeing eagle out the corner of my eye. Meanwhile, Grendel had managed to abduct an owlin housemaid of the Oakleaf family and headed out into the city, where Gillesian bumped into him, covered in blood and in a hurry. As he brushed past, he dropped a business card to which Grendel picked up to read, and it read, Samantha O'Shea. What will the party do next? Who can they trust? And where are the clues to guide them forward? Find out this week on Natural Havoc, a Feywild Fable. So, At the end of last session, our cast of heroes discovered the perpetrator of Fabia Oakleaf's murder. The culprit was none other than her son, one of Sebastian's closest confidants, Julesian Oakleaf. Fabia had found out that her husband had fathered a bastard child and told Julesian in anger. To avoid having to share his inheritance in the case that Fabia informed his father, Julesian dispatched of his mother and then took aim at the bastard child, his so-called friend, Sebastian. But this is where we find the party. The party have the body of Draxus there with them. They have a Julesian who has escaped into the city. And we have Grendel, who is a few streets away with his Owlin hostage. How are we going to start? Let's begin with the party. What are you guys going to do?
So, Ambergruff has gone downstairs.
Yes, you guys feel like you have
This
the
floor.
run of the floor
Yeah,
for the evening.
at least until morning, right?
At least until
Early hours. Yeah, fair. Look, Julesian killed his mother. He killed her because she knew something that no others could be told. He killed her because, as you know, Aurora, Lord Oakleaf was having an affair. He was seeing
Yes.
a mistress.
Yes.
It just so happens that mistress was my mother. And according to Julesian, I'm his illegitimate child. I don't know if that's actually true or not. My mother was a brothel worker. She saw many clientele.
She... I think she spoke about you. Very well. And she reaches into her pouch and she gives Sebastian the note, the last note that she has from Favia, which reads, let me find it.
As you're finding it, Candelaria walks over to you, Sebastian, and says, "You found your dad. That's great news." And she puts her arms around you and falls asleep on your shoulder.
I sidestep.
She
Sebastian, even in his normal state, wouldn't stand for such a thing.
She misses you, and the table that was behind you ends up where her forehead hits the corner of, and she is conked out, completely passed out on the floor next to the corpse of your foster father.
Right. The note, Aurora.
That looks painful. But yes, and she gets this note out, it's a bit wrinkled up at this point. Dear Aurora, I knew my dreams had a meaning. It was him. It was always him. I knew he cheated on me, and that Spawnling is proof. And that's where the letter ends. It obviously wasn't finished. I could never figure out who the Spawnling was. I thought it was just a mean term to describe any bastard child.
Well, I guess it had some meaning to it. But, I guess she tried to cover her words as to allude to exactly who it was.
Yeah, she
Yeah,
never said it.
I'm a changeling, but...
Yeah.
He's also a bastard.
But what?
I was that before I found out this as well, but yes, I understand your meaning, Clover.
Okay, but why is that a reason to kill his mother?
Because, well, Julesian is clearly driven by his wealth and favor within the city. If his mother was to come forward with this information, it means that this building, as well as all the other Oakleaf estates, when his father and my father would die, it would be split. If I was to become publicly announced as a legitimate child of Lord Oakleaf.
Okay.
Look, Gelesian, he's not a bad person. He's
But-
not the Gelesian I know.
Like,
He killed his
Wh-
mother.
Yes, but maybe there was something else. Maybe there was someone else twisting.
Sebastian, the most important thing is that you're comfortable with what the next steps are. And if you don't want it publicly known that you are a child to Mr. Oakleaf, then we should proceed with caution. But I do think that Gillespie needs to be brought to justice some way or another.
No, I very well agree. And I think at this moment, the realization kind of sinks in as he looks down towards Draxus. For whatever reason he had to kill his own mother. If it is for what he's told me, then that's twisted, cruel, and vindictive, but it's not who I knew him as. He was a good man, unless it was all a lie all along. I've told many lies throughout my life. I just never saw him as one of those people. However, he did murder my true father. The man that spent his life raising me as his own when he was just a mere bodyguard for my mother. Draxus Voss, one of the greatest men I have ever had the pleasure of meeting. He deserves the justice.
So, Sebastian, have you considered, and I'm saying this while I'm also on the ground with Candelaria to check up on her head wound.
No blood, just a bump starting to kind of form.
She'll be fine. Have you considered that this also may be a ruse, or like are there any other changelings that have something to do with you or anything?
Not that I'm aware of, but there is one family that certainly hates me within this city more than anyone.
Who could that be?
Just so happens to be the ones that purchased Dusk's Desire quite recently. My old
Oh,
home,
fudge.
the O'Shales. When I was but a boy, the O'Shales took it upon themselves to... And I think he, you see his fist clench ever so, slightly, for those that are probably a little bit more observant. And you probably see his bottom lip go just a little bit as well, like he's on the verge of breaking. And then he, steadies himself. When I was a boy, a man by the name of O'Shale would visit my mother. That man used to pay my mother large sums of money to spend evenings with her. I do not know what that man would request, but all I know is that he was eventually barred from the brothel. One night, that man came in and killed many of the workers in there and dragged my mother out of the brothel to one of his holdings. Draxus gave chase, but was not capable of helping her. So I took up his blade, and I took the form of a young guardsman of the O'Shale house. I walked through the doors, and I found my mother, beaten, bloodied, and murdered while chained to a wall. So I found O'Shale, and I made sure he never left that estate again. And at this moment, I shift to that form that I've mentioned and alluded to before, of the pale corpse with stab wounds all across the face, the chest, the arms, and the auburn-like curly hair.
Anyone with a
last
sensitive
image.
stomach or who's a little bit drunk can make me a Constitution saving throw.
Ooh.
I think Clover is definitely on that.
Oh, yeah.
Ah,
Clover's fine and holds on. Aurora, you don't throw up, but you go quite pale, and
Yeah.
maybe details aren't something you're going to pick up on for the next scene, just because people can't see rolls. Aurora rolled a 4, Clover rolled a 19.
the last image I have of him. And I shift back to my elven form.
Sebastian, I'm so proud of you for sharing that with us for a moment.
Oh, guys, guys, I hate to be the guy who interrupts the mood. And Sebastian, I appreciate that it's not the easiest thing for you to share that kind of stuff with us. However, let's talk about the
The half-orc
body.
in the room?
Yeah.
Yes.
Perhaps it's better you're not part of the conversation for this part, buddy. But we need to move him.
No, I totally understand.
Sebastian, make me a religion check.
Oh god. Let's have a look. Do-do-do-do. Religion. Oh, I'm really good at these. 3.
Nothing comes to mind.
Look. If possible, I'd like to find somewhere to bury him. Somewhere at least that I can return. Every now and then. A place to visit.
And with the way your brain's going, I'm going to be nice and give you another religion check. Don't mess this one up.
I'm really good at these.
This time.
14.
Oh, never
That's
mind.
more than enough. Right.
Okay.
Let me just remember the name of... Yes. You know that there is a sect in this city. You know that you have a connection with a god that would be perfect for a burial of this circumstance. You know that there will be somewhere in the Undercity. There must be a way in through the Temple District, but the followers of Bashaba will take this body, and they will see to it that someone who has gone through the misfortune of being murdered will be well looked after in the afterlife.
Oh, crap.
Binton, can you roll me a religion check?
Are you sure about that? We all knew what happened before. It's an 18.
An 18. That is definitely doable. At this point, you see Sebastian almost involuntarily reaches his hand up to a clasp that he wears that connects his that holds his robe together, kind of holds his robe on. And you notice that he is currently wearing the black antlers on that clasp that represent the symbol of Bashaba, the goddess of misfortune.
I recognize that clasp.
She is not a very commonly revered god in either the Feywild or the Prime Material. Many people are afraid of her.
I don't worship her.
It's okay if you had.
I never have. I was part of a mercenary bounty hunters guild called Bashaba's Hands. They would quite often find those misfortunate individuals and bring them to justice. It was never about the religion. I think it was more what it stood for.
Well, you know they can provide answer to your question here. Bring him to them. They will look after him.
I think you might be right, but it still means that we need to get into the Undercity.
With a half-orc body.
Well, May and I were visiting the temple district. We can maybe look around or ask around if anybody can help us.
May,
Has
do you
to
want to
be
make me a
here
religion
somewhere.
check? Okay, don't worry. It was a 7. It was a 7. So don't worry.
Well, for now, I would say we go to bed. It was a long day.
Is it safe to sleep here?
Well, I don't know.
Oh.
There is
I will
one
tell
thing
you guys this. It is about 1 a.m. You would not get a long rest if you wanted to be up before dawn. Is an interesting thing in Feywild, especially in Rhinanori, but before your idea of morning, you wouldn't be able to fit in a long rest.
Why don't we all sleep in the same room together, and we can sort of. Surely no one's gonna attack like a group of people, right?
No, but
I'm just thinking, guys. We managed to get rid of the butler for a little while. But it's currently dark outside. In the morning, I don't know Ryan and Nori at all, but it's much harder to move things around.
I think we do it tonight. And
The
maybe...
body?
Yes, and maybe we find a tavern afterwards, and we book the room for the following day, and we rest until midday, giving us a full amount of time. Look, I know the city somewhat well. Maybe I can go and find us a wagon, a cart. I could bring it here. All we would need to do is guise the body in a robe or blanket from the house to the cart. Once in the cart, it would just look like our belongings. We could leave our packs and other things in the back to guise it as traveling supplies. We could head to the temple district, find our way into the Undercity, and once there, I think we could probably talk our way through the rest.
When you say cart, does anyone have a passive perception above 15?
Yes.
I have a 20.
17.
Okay, anyone with a passive perception above 15 will remember there was kind of like this property is massive. There was definitely a kind of horse and cart combination within the grounds outside of, ready to go basically. If you can get the body to that, it's covered.
I seem to recall passing a sort of like a carriage or a cart outside.
Yeah,
I wonder.
As
I
long
seem
as
to remember as well.
as long as Gelesian hasn't used it in his escape, that is. I think
Well,
that would be a good
I
start.
could fly out and check.
Speaking
What
of
if-
Gelesian,
Yes.
I haven't seen him. He didn't come down the stairs.
I didn't see him leave. The window, I believe, is probably his method because it's open, right? The window's open in this room.
Yeah.
It is.
Yeah.
You can tell that the area.
Yeah.
With, I think May Winter Sprite with her. You've got a ridiculous passive bloody investigation as well, haven't you? She will notice that the area has clearly been disturbed and was very much the getaway point.
Investigation is 16, by the way.
I'd like to take a moment to maybe search the room, see if I can find any trace of where he's been, where he's going, what he's doing, who he's been in communications with. Aurora, May, both of you can fly.
Yeah.
Would you maybe just check outside to see if that cart's there? I don't feel safe
Yeah.
you going alone.
Yeah. We'll go.
Finton, if you care for Candelaria and Clover, maybe help me search the room for any clues.
I'll
Yeah.
look after this little bunny.
Is there ways of
Right.
flying stealthily? Or is that just not a thing?
Okay. Rather than ask me, is there a way of flying stealthily?
I
Tell
would
me
like
how
to-
you would. Tell me how you would fly stealthily.
Well,
How would
kind
you
of.
fly through the city's roofs, etc.? How would you do that stealthily?
Well, kind of keep close to the rooftops, almost like running on top of them, but not running on them. Like taking pauses in between, checking if there's anyone there.
Okay, yeah, I'll give you that. Make me a stealth check.
I guess I'm going
Oh,
with,
God.
so I'll be doing the same.
Yeah, go for it. Don't roll badly. So we've got an 11 from May and a 14 from Aurora. Okay, give me 1 sec.
It's supposed to be decent at that.
It is nighttime, remember?
It is, which is why I didn't give them disadvantage, considering the idea behind it. I wasn't exactly given the greatest idea of stealth. Give me 1 second to check one thing.
The last thing I would also say, because I assume he's here, but I haven't noticed him, is, and Grendel, would you clean up the blood? And then I look and wait, where's Grendel?
He went out.
Was he cleaning something downstairs? I had a bit to drink, so I
He
don't
wasn't at a
remember.
party.
He said he's going out to get what we're here for.
Yeah, I think he wanted to investigate.
Yes, but that's Grendel. We have no idea what that actually means.
He's probably. Oh, I was drinking at the time. He's probably gone to look for some type of tear.
I'm sure I said downstairs at some point I needed some snacks. Maybe he's gone to get snacks.
Yeah, let's hope so. Let's hope he's not getting into trouble or something.
Grendel, can you please make me a perception check?
Oh yeah, I can make a perception check. Oh yay! 14.
14. You look up
Yeah.
from looking at this card that you've just picked up,
Uh-huh.
and you can see from a few streets over,
Oh.
from the house that you have recently been in,
Hmm.
because you look up, you're looking around to see where Julesian's gone.
Yeah.
Can't see Julesian. What you can see is a few streets over, at this really large property, two fairy forms One that you definitely recognize as May, the other being a little bit. It could be Aurora, you're not 100% sure. Going out a window.
Oh. Oh.
You then hear
Oh.
a shout. What are you doing up there? It's a bit faint to you, but it seems to be a few streets over, directed at someone climbing out a window. Now, Aurora, this guard's eyes are not looking at you. They are, however, because he rolled a 10, and guards do get a +2 perception, got a 12, and is looking at May Wintersprite.
I do start heading towards the direction, and I see them climbing
Go
out.
on.
And
Roll me
okay.
the stealth check. Roll me the stealth
Oh, I'm not
check,
going
and I know
stealth.
you-
I'm going loud as
Okay.
fuck. I'm going
Alright.
towards the guard, loud as fuck, like clippity
You can't
clopping.
see the guard, you can hear them.
Oh,
There are a
well,
couple
I'm
of
going in
streets
this
over.
direction. I'm just
Uh,
loud.
You have that passive ability, don't you? The survival based one.
Yeah.
Yeah, the one that allows you to like know where you've been through a city and everything like that, and terrain and everything. Cool. You know your way back to that exact point. It's gonna take you around a minute with you charging around
Okay,
there.
I
You do
am-
have an owling lady on your back.
Oh, that's fine. I'm gonna cause as much havoc on the streets as I can. Like I'm gonna start like you know how in some countries they have like a bull that's raged through the streets and people are like trying to dodge out of it and it's like running and everything.
Okay.
That's what I'm doing to try to get this guard's attention.
Yeah, that'll be fine then. You stay put. He starts hearing the crashing from 2 streets over.
Can
Guards,
I,
we need backup for the other streets, and there's a thief on this roof. And the guard takes off. No other guards seem to have come round the corner yet. I'm gonna say, Aurora, you're still stealth, but May, could you make me a second stealth check? As you
Oh
roll
my
a natural
God.
1. As you roll a natural 1. How are we gonna do this?
Is there time to react here for me and
There is time
May?
for Aurora. There is time for you to react. You have not been spotted by anyone yet. You have managed to stay stealthy. May, what happens with you as you attempt to go back in the shadows? You catch your wing on on something sharp kind of jutting out of the roof area, one of the decorative items. You catch your wing on it, and you go into a bit of a free fall. You hit your head on the way down, and you've fallen into a cart of some description. Wasn't the one you were looking for, but this one is filled with hay. You're out the scene for a minute or so.
Am I in the hay or next to it, or
You're in the hay.
am I conscious?
Not at the moment.
Oh dear.
You banged your head on the way down. You're less unconscious, more dazed for a moment.
Can I use my slow fall ability on the falling
I'm going to
reaction?
say, considering that this was a natural 1, no.
Yeah, okay, I'm just bad. Okay.
Cool. Aurora, you see this happen. Everyone inside of the house hears this chaos that's now going on. Grendel, you can hear his voice somewhat in the distance. You hear some crashing and some shouting of guards outside.
Okay, this has turned into a much bigger problem. Clover, Finton, can I ask both of you to find something to wrap my father in so that we can escort him downstairs? I'll deal with the guards.
Sure. And I will start looking the room, adjacent rooms, to anything if I can find like a bed linen or cloth or anything that we can wrap them in.
You can find those straight away. There's plenty of bedrooms around here. None of them are locked. All of them are made. You can take some bed linens. It'll take you. It's the first room you go into. You find
Yeah,
it.
so we'll do that, and we'll also place Candelaria in one of the rooms. Let's be nice this time.
Yeah. Okay. You put Candelaria on one of the beds. Are you leaving her there for the duration?
Well, I suspect we raise more questions if we just let her lay on the ground. So
Yeah.
she's just asleep in the bed.
Cool. Okay. Need to make a note of that. Okay. Aurora, what you? Oh, yeah. Go on.
As this is being done, I'd also like to leave a note in like the palm of her hand so that she knows that, like, to meet us at the closest tavern.
That's a good one. I haven't thought about it.
And I turn into Julesian and go downstairs.
I imagine we see this happen.
You remember what he said, yes?
I'm fully aware. I turn into Julesian and I decide to go downstairs.
Okay. Aurora, what I will tell you is that whatever activity is happening over in the distance, all of the guards appear to be preoccupied with it. There are no guards or people on the streets looking up towards you. Everyone seems to be preoccupied with whatever destruction seems to be going on 2 streets over. Whatever Grendel's doing to distract them, it's working very well.
Okay. And May just landed in a cart, right?
May has just landed in the cart, yes.
Okay, I fly down to her. Are you okay?
At this point, you're coming to, May.
I slipped. Okay.
Your wing hurts.
Oh, we'll have to get that checked out. That looks crooked.
You may have some trouble flying until you get it looked at.
Look, just tell them that we have a cat and it's in heat and it got out and we're looking for it. Yeah, and I cast a minor illusion of the sound of meowing on top of the roof.
Okay, yeah, cool.
If they come back, I don't know. I don't see them right now. But
If they come back, what you both see down there, as you, I'm guessing you guys make your way out of the cart full of hay.
yeah,
Well, I was thinking, shouldn't we try to disappear?
Well, what you guys see once do you make your way out of the cart of hay, or are you still in the cart of hay?
No, I guess I would shake off the hay and get out of the cart as she's helping me come to, and we stretching my wings, and yeah.
Cool. You both notice that right next to this cart is an alleyway where there are 2 horses which seem to be somewhat a little bit unnerved by all this commotion that's suddenly gone on. But there are 2 horses connected to a covered cart. You found what you were looking for. It's not very far away from the window.
okay. Well, should we go back in? We found a cart. It's here. We just have to get the money in.
Sure, I guess we can go back in. I was thinking, I mean, you know fairy magic as well, like, maybe I just reduce myself and just try to be very small and not be seen anymore.
No, I think you're fine. I think we'll get away with it. Also, we're guests on this property. Why wouldn't we be allowed to be here?
I guess I could stay. I got startled and fell, yeah.
We're looking for our cat. That's just what we'll tell them.
Yes, the cat. Okay. Let's go then.
Let's go. I'm going to deal with yours last, Onion, because that's an interesting scene. Finton and Clover, you're back in the room. What do you want to do?
So,
You've
I
got
think
you've probably got about 30 seconds worth of stuff to do here.
30 seconds.
About 30 seconds of activities here.
Okay. I think we'd sort of probably go ahead and start wrapping the body like quite quickly, and make it look very sort of unsuspecting. Maybe pad some pillows in there or something to make it look a bit less like a body.
Okay. Well,
Maybe more like
take
a
up your...
like a rug or something.
Yeah.
That'll take up your time for the foreseeable. Okay. We have Sebastian going down as Julesian Oakley.
Because I could hear the commotion outside, right? I could hear people shouting like thief or something. Is that right? What I could hear?
Yes, you did hear. You heard someone shout up thief, and then you heard, "We need to see the other street." Something along those lines.
Yeah. I'll walk straight down the stairs. If I see Ambergruff there, I'll say, accompany me, and I walk towards the front door.
You actually don't see anyone.
Is he not there?
Because
Perfect.
Everyone's gone out to do some jobs, like collect.
Oh yeah.
No
forgot
one is
about that.
in. No one is in the front of the house. Make
Cool.
me a stealth check. You're not stealthing, but it's basically to see if you alert anyone by going.
18.
Yeah. An 18 is 5. It was a DC 5 check. Everyone. This is a huge property. Everyone's in other rooms.
Mhm.
Nobody sees you as Julesian yet.
I walk outside.
Okay.
Do I see the guards and the commotion, or
You see the back of one last guard as they're turning a corner. Probably about. So let's say you're looking down the street. First turn off, second turn off. They're just turning around the second turn off, where there's some shouting and more commotion going on, but you can't really make it out. It's a bit further away.
I'll just shout, guard, guard.
They're preoccupied.
Okay, I will follow after them.
Okay. You follow after them. As you go around the corner, you do notice there is Aurora and May to your right, as you are in the form of Julesi. Aurora and May, you
I would-
see.
I would like to point out, my clothes don't change.
Yep. What I'm going to say is, you see. Aurora, you don't see anything actually, but May does because you have a passive perception of 20, I believe.
Yes.
So you see Julesian wearing Sebastian's clothes because you did roll an 18 stealth.
Could I roll like an insight or something to
You
see
know that they're
if it's
Sebastian's
him?
clothes.
Well, I just know. Okay.
You can see they're Sebastian's clothes. There's not really much else to.
I just kind of give him a wave.
You see the wave?
Do I see them? What did they?
Yeah, you see
Oh,
them.
okay.
You see the wave.
Yeah, I look at them and I'll just nod, and then I'll just do like this motion, and then I start walking after them.
You start walking after
The guards.
the guards, or okay, cool. Now let's go to the guard scene. Grendel,
Yes.
how were you making a commotion?
So I am running into there's like food stands. I'm running into them, and what I'm screaming is, "Oh, there's a crazy owl on my back! Oh, she's trying to hurt me!" I am making like crashing into stands
What?
and stuff, running.
You
Yeah.
can't be
Oh, she's trying to hurt me! Oh, help!
She's gonna jump off your back at this point and say,
Okay.
"This man's crazy. He abducted me." As the guards come round the corner.
No! I have a card! A business card! I was trying to go see somebody, and this crazy thing jumped on my back and started hurting me!
The guards take the business card. The lead guard, the first one that came around the corner, takes the business card off you. So, Samantha O'Shea, you have business with Samantha O'Shea.
Yes! I'm a famous clear!
And you were provoking this man.
Yes!
He turns to the owl and says, I'm so sorry, sir. Arrest her! No,
Yes.
do not speak back to us. You will have a chance to speak in custody. I am so sorry, sir. Please inform the O'Sheas that nothing of any obtuse poor manners will happen
No,
here.
it's fine. I'm just here to clean her place.
1 second.
Yeah.
Make me a deception check.
Oh shit. Yeah,
Shit.
I am a famous cleaner.
I've forgotten how to do the rolls in this.
/R space 1d20.
/R. Grendel rolled a 12 deception. The guard rolled a 10 insight. The guard has... no bonus to insight. That's a flat 10. Of course, anyone in the service of the O'Shale should be well respected and well treated in this city. If you work for the Oakleafs, madam, then you should know better than to harass such a distinguished member. Please take her away.
Sir, if I may, arresting this, she didn't know any better. And as my god would tell me, the cleaning god, Jasper, is that I'm supposed to forgive everybody. So I forgive her, and I think we should just let her go. Let her go home. Thank you guys for saving my life.
The cleaning god...
Are you questioning my god?
No.
Okay.
No, sir. You've come around the court. None of the guards are looking at you, Sebastian. Grendel's not very clever. At this point, Grendel sees Julessian. I'm gonna say, can you make me a flat intelligence check, please?
I'm good at these.
They're not
a
looking
save,
at
a
me.
flat intelligence check.
They're not looking at me though, right?
The
Oh.
guards aren't looking at you.
Yeah, no,
but
that's
Grendel is.
If I see Grendel look at me, can I very quickly shift from Julessian to Sebastian and back to Julessian again?
You can, but I'm going to say that you already know what will happen if you do that. Grendel has a track history of having no object permanence. At the
Yeah,
moment
you're
you
right.
switch back,
Oh,
we'll
do you know what?
see.
In that case, I don't even bother.
Grendel, with a 5,
Yeah.
you do not see Sebastian there. You don't recognize his clothing. You see Julessian, who has cleaned up the blood from his face, is standing behind the guards. The guards turn to you and say, well, sir, we wouldn't want to cause any trouble with the O'Shale family. And of course, please take this card back now. We will...
Thank you.
The guard turns and looks at you.
Greetings. I understand that there has been a bit of a misunderstanding this evening. Did I
Yes,
hear...
Master Julessian, one of your
It's
servants here...
Master Oakleaf, but sure.
Sorry, Master Oakleaf. One of your servants here has been causing problems for the O'Shale family.
Yes, you see, I myself had sent my Owlin maid here to come and fetch Grendel. He was to stay at my establishment. He's lodging with me. I'm good friends with an accomplice of his.
Oh, Jelessian, my friend. And I run up and I just hug him. I hug.
Make me a deception check with advantage.
I was gonna say, I'm technically not lying, apart from sending the maid out, but yeah.
Well, you're lying by being someone else.
Advantage 26.
Nat 20 on the deception check, and the guard looks at you and goes, "This is actually a very well timed crit." Well, yes, of course. We know of your close working relationship with Samantha O'Shale, Master Oakleaf. We will chalk this up to a misunderstanding. Madam, if you could please go back with Master Oakleaf. I need 3 guards with me, please. There was thieves on the roof of one of the...
Was it on the roof of my my father's establishment, the Oakleaf estate?
Yes.
I believe they were also Grendel's here accomplices. They're not thieves. We were merely throwing a party. and for some reason, they thought it'd be a good idea to gaze upon the stars on the roof.
Master Oakleaf, we would greatly appreciate if you could maybe keep your guests in a little bit more order.
You know us Oakleafs. We're always willing to do our bit for the city, and I would just like to say that if there are any fines for the disturbances that we've caused, please address them to me personally.
The guard's not laughing, but I'm very much enjoying this.
I will deal with any recompenses in the morning.
I think we can overlook this incident.
Thank you.
No reason to cause more paperwork than necessary. I believe that we have rounds to be doing, gentlemen. Come on. No need to dally. Thank you again for helping us come to a succinct closure to this matter.
No worries. As always, a servant to the city.
As are we. And the
I do a
guard
slight
nods
bow.
his head. The guard does a deeper bow than you.
Yeah.
And again, same deep bow to Grendel, and a tip of the hat only to the maid, and he's off on his way.
Once the guards are out of sight, I grab the owl lady and I just full on kiss her.
Make me 1 second, please.
Grendel heard she's a maid, and that just it clicked, and he's like, "Oh."
Make me a. What would this even go under? Your
Like flat
choice.
charisma? I don't even know.
I'm gonna say
Oh.
your choice of persuasion or performance.
Both are a 0. Let's do it. Hey, let's do the
What did you go for? You went for.
performance.
You got a 13 in performance.
Yeah, I'm natural.
I mean, it's not the greatest kiss in the world, but also
She likes it.
she's kind of into it. It's been pretty exciting.
Yeah, yes, she is.
It's a little beaky in there, but you make it work. Cool. This is going on for a while, Sebastian. You're watching as this crazy scene unfolds. You do click one thing that two things actually come to mind based on that crit deception that you got. The first one is unrelated to that, and that's that there was a card for Samantha Rochelle given back to Grendel. The other is that the guard specifically said your recent close working relationship with Samantha Rochelle.
Yeah, I look at the Owlin maid. I have no idea what this woman's name is. But I look at her and I just say, you may take your leave for the evening, to do as you please.
Oh, thank you, Master Gelesian. Oh,
Oh, no, enough of that. I gotta be clean. I gotta be a little clean. I understand I'm a hunka man, but you can't be. I got work to do. I'll call you.
As for
I'll
you,
send you a
Grendel,
letter. Oh, okay.
your accomplices wish for your return within the
Oh.
halls of the Oakleaf Manor.
Thank you, Mister. I forgot your name already, but I'll find out the walk back.
Not
it's
a
Mr.
problem.
Oakleaf. I'm gonna go and get our bedroom ready.
Ooh.
And she
There
runs
is
off.
There is some furniture that I would require you, Grendel, to move into a wagon when you get back to the manor.
Yes, I can do that. Of course.
You'll
Bye.
find your friends Finton and Clover currently preparing it.
Okay, I'm gonna walk it back with you, right?
Yes, I will accompany you.
Okay, talk to
The
you.
The
later.
Owlin lady has, the Owlin maid has ran off. She is, she's apparently got some work to do to set up a very romantic room for the two of you.
Very
Um,
suddenly, Grendel turns very serious and he gives Mr. Oakleaf like a very stern look. Oh, You were running away from the estate with a lovely card. Blood on you, huh? You want to tell me what's going on? You're muted.
She's left, yeah?
Yeah, but can Grendel make me a intimidation check?
Oh, I'm very intimidating.
To me?
Yeah, I'm intimidating.
Just to set the scene a little bit. It's a 17 intimidation on you.
Grendel. It's Sebastian.
I don't believe you. And I grab him and I pick him up. What have you done with my friends?
I shift into Sebastian in front of him.
Huh?
It's me. I can shift into other forms.
Can
I've
I
just
smack
saved your
him?
ass. What?
Yeah, go
Oh,
for it. Make me an attack roll.
You just change it. But I don't believe
It's an
this
un,
shit.
it's an un,
You're
unhanded,
lifting me up, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
You slap me, I kick you.
Both of you make me an unarmed attack roll.
Fuck you! I kick him.
What's that? It's a D20 plus what?
It will be. I
It's
think
just
plus your strength
Oh,
or dexterity. I think
Okay, this is gonna go poorly.
That should
mine's a
be
four.
a.
yours is a 4.
Mine should
Mine
be
is
a
two.
18.
Right, yours is an 18. Okay. Cool. You go to kick Grendel, and he's got you kind of a bit too far away to really make any contact. But he takes his arm and just kind of slaps you around the face for roll me 1d4.
Oh. 4. Okay.
Hell. 4 points of damage.
I'm on 1 hit point. Because
Just
we
out
have
of curiosity,
healed.
Grendel, do you add anything to your unarmed strikes? I'm just curious if you have any bonuses.
It's just
So-
4.
So official ruling is 1 plus your strength modifier,
Oh, is
which
it?
would knock me unconscious. If that's
Oh,
the
fuck it, this
official
is
unarmed
funny.
strike. Yeah?
Yeah, let's do that. I can. We'll do rules as written.
Okay, sure. Well, then I fall unconscious and my form shifts again to my changeling form, because when I go unconscious, it goes to my changeling form.
You have seen him in this changeling form once before.
I quickly take a potion. I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry.
Roll the potion hit points. You are back awake, Sebastian.
What is that? D4? The D4
What?
plus.
What is happening?
That intimidation was accurate. Grendel, going forward, if you ever have to roll intimidation on Sebastian, you get advantage on the roll from this moment forward.
Just remember, I've literally just come out of a huge fight where we all nearly died.
So sorry. I didn't know it was you. In all fairness, Sebastian, I'll let him down. I'll clean him. I'll clean him up. Listen, my friend. I just want you to know that I appreciate your friendship to me so much.
Yes.
And that I did not mean to do that. I was just defending you. I thought he ran past me so quick. I thought he killed you.
I chipped a tooth.
I know. He gave me this card. I was about to go investigate. Sir,
Yeah, give it here.
I still don't know how to read.
Samantha O'Shale. Yeah, I'm very, very well aware. I've just found that out in our last
Samantha
conversation. Now look,
O'Shales.
Grendel.
Yes.
Someone has just been murdered in the manor. I need you to go up there with Finton and Clover and bring the body and put it in the back of the wagon outside.
Oh, I got something for that, and I'll grab him, throw him on the back of me.
What? No,
And
I'm
I'm getting up like a horse, and in my mind it goes, "And I'm a hero. I'm going over," and I'm just singing that all the way back.
I get off.
Sorry, what are you? What? Can you say what were you singing again?
I need a hero.
Okay,
I'm
I've got a
holding
different
on to
song
a
for you.
hero. Oh. Running up that hill. Running
Yeah,
up
You're
the
running.
stairs.
I will try to get off of him, so that I can hopefully go to May and Aurora.
You can get off of him without any difficulty.
Yeah.
He's not grappled you
Slip
on. You're
off.
just on his back.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I just slip off, hoping that he doesn't notice until he gets to the manor and brings the body down.
Yeah.
And I run over to the wagon in where I last saw Aurora and May. Who knows where they've gone since?
Cool. Let's go back to the other scenes and find out what everyone was doing. We will start then with Aurora and May. What you guys? You saw Sebastian walk off. Well, Aurora didn't, but May saw Sebastian walk off down that direction.
Well, when May recognized Sebastian, or the guy wearing Sebastian's clothes,
You recognize
know,
Sebastian. You recognize
um,
Sebastian.
he points it out to Aurora, and we both see him do the motion, I would think.
Do either of you understand what the motion even meant?
So, what? What do you think he wants us to do? Should we look after the horses? I don't know.
Was Juliessen, right? But not Juliessen.
Well, was Sebastian in his disguise?
Maybe we can pull the cart around and we can just say Juliessen said there's no guards, right?
Yeah.
Yeah,
I guess
there's no
we wanted to get out of here, so let's calm down the horses.
Yeah, I don't really know how horses work. Maybe you can do it.
I'm okay at that, yeah.
Yeah, I mean I can help, but they're not really my thing. Come on, we'll give it a go, shall we?
Yeah. A bloodied fairy coming up, calming down horses.
I need Jane to make a deception roll, not Aurora, Jane. Okay, so you guys basically round the horses up, and you're going to bring them round to. Well, where do you bring them round to? Because you didn't make a plan for where the body's going to be going out of.
Where we saw Sebastian come from.
Okay,
Back
so
to
to the
entrance,
front
I
door.
guess. Yeah.
Cool. You bring it round to the front door. As you guys have basically gathered up the horses and you're going round, you noticed probably about maybe halfway through, you kind of sorting them out. They were a little bit spooked, so you had to calm them down first. But you noticed that the sound off in a couple of streets away calmed down a bit. And then as you kind of bring the horses around, Grendel, you just see him passing by in the direction that you're going to be going in. And now you see... Have you Sebastian back up yet? Or are you still...
I would have, yeah, as soon as I realised that I just got knocked the fuck out, I would now be Elf Sebastian again.
You see Elf Sebastian, regular Sebastian in his clothes, with a little bit of blood pouring down his nose, and a black eye. Walking probably quite, I'd say, pained, probably beaten a little bit towards you guys. Looks like he's just been in a fight somehow.
May,
you...
Aurora, yes, let me hop on. I jump
I'm
on
not even gonna
to the
ask.
wagon.
Cool.
Look, we just need to get to the front. The guys are getting Draxus's body ready. I've asked Grendel to go and help them bring it down. I'll go back in as Jalessian to make sure that if anyone comes by, it's clear that I'm giving instructions to throw away a rug or whatever they've managed to wrap him up in.
Well, Sebastian, do you mind if I sit next to you? I'm kind of beat up.
Yes? What?
I mean, you're all on the wagon, so...
Oh, we're all on it. Oh, I
yeah,
see.
yeah.
What do you mean you're beat up? You died
Listen-
less than about 6 hours ago.
And let's say I fell out a window.
Right, mate, first of all, you need to take better care of yourself. Right now, we've got way more important shit going on. You died, which is more important than you falling out of a window. How the fuck did you fall out of a window anyway?
I
Talk
don't know.
mate,
I've never...
I have known... You are literally hired by the Dreamstrider for your dexterity and nimbleness. How did you, of all... If Grendel fell out of a window, it would make sense. If Finton, if Clover, Aurora, me, this is your thing.
Well, you didn't say I was just dead. So maybe it's connected, I don't know.
Yes.
Finton and...
Back.
Finton and Clover, what are you guys doing? What do you do when you finish doing the body up?
First thing that Clover would do is scan the room for anything shiny.
Holy shit, you might be there a while, dude. There's quite a few shiny things in here.
Is there something that's particularly shiny though?
Yeah, actually, there is a there's a really fancy, shiny-looking bottle. Almost like mystical-looking, kind of like shiny liquid.
I think
That's probably the shiniest thing in the room.
I think Clover would put that. He'd sneak that into his pouch, or under his arm.
It's like the cork's out of it at the moment. You could probably find a stopper for it somewhere in the room, but you could always, it's very shiny looking, the liquid.
Yeah.
And Gwen was pretty drunk as well.
Yeah, but he likes to hold on to things that are shiny. So
okay, that's fine.
He would try and retain its shine. I think he'd probably look for a bottle top, maybe something shiny to cover up the end, and that would be what his first thing would be.
Yeah, that's fine. You find that. You think there's probably about 3/4 left of the bottle in there. Okay. So, you grab that. Finton, what are you doing?
Other than that, I think waiting, peek around the corner of the stairway if I can see anyone coming up who belongs to our party. And maybe
no
also...
one yet? Do you do anything with the body, or are you just going to wait for everyone to get there?
I think we're going to wait for someone
Okay.
to help us carry it, because, Clover is like just a little guy. I'm not that strong.
Okay, so this has been probably about 15 minutes, this whole process. 10 to 15 minutes-ish. At this point, you're at the front door, Grendel. What do you do?
I'm not even knocking, I'm busted in that shit. And I'm gonna run into the main room where I last saw everybody.
No one's there, but
yeah.
then a couple of servants kind of come through after hearing this big, loud crash. Sir, is there anything we can do to help?
Shut the fuck up! I'm looking to see if there's like a stairway or someone went through another door. And I'm like, hey, do you know where my other friends might have gone by chance? Sorry about the shut the fuck up thing.
Upstairs.
What stairs?
They've got the floor 3B all to themselves.
I fucking know what that floor is. Okay, bye. Shut the fuck up! And I go back and I go up the stairs.
1 second. Okay. Let's see how many minutes you guys have got now. For clarity's sake, I rolled a 2 to check how patient these guys were about calling the guards. Then I rolled a 1 for how many minutes it's going to be until the guards get here. You, as Grendel's running upstairs and you guys are bringing the cart around, you see 2 servants surprisingly run out and shout for the guards and then catch the 3 of you. You are currently in Sebastian form, Sebastian.
What appears to be the matter?
The big centaur man. He is threatening us and being extremely uncouth, and we can't find Master Julesian, so we must.
Master Julesian has recently popped out. Had to run an errand, apparently.
We need the guards. We need the guards. This is not acceptable in the Oakleaf household to have such uncouth people here.
Right, okay. And did both of you see this, or just the one of you?
Both of us saw this, yes.
Right, okay. Can I just have a quick word with you just here, please?
Oh, God, no. Roll me a perception check.
Perception?
Yes, please.
22?
Guards coming, you can hear them behind you.
Look, my friend Grendel is, a little unorthodox in his approach. But if you wish to live until the fucking morning, I suggest both of you shut your fucking mouths. Do you understand me? Do you fucking understand me?
Intimidation check with advantage.
Oh, I got a +9 and only rolled a 13? Oh, yikes. I thought I'd be fine.
They rolled a natural 1.
Okay.
They don't say anything.
You called the guards because we were missing. We're here now. Fucking buck up your ideas.
One of them's just pissed their pants. The guards said, "The fucking Oakleys again tonight. You fucking idiot."
Look, it's nay bother. We had simply gone to go get
I've
this
literally
wagon.
just spoken to Master Oakleaf. This.
Yes, I'm his good friend, Sebastian.
Well, you can inform him that unfortunately now there will be a fine coming. Right, we don't
Oh.
want to hear any more issues from this property again tonight. What's the problem?
We were just missing. We'd gone out. We've had a few to drink. We've just brought the wagon out front, as per Gelesian's instructions. He wishes to throw.
Why did you need a wagon to find a cat?
What cat?
What
Wait.
cat?
Gelesian has a cat? I'm allergic. He didn't tell me this. Look, servants, handmaidens, you'll have to disinfect my entire room. Please do so.
The guard doesn't say anything. Pulls out a notepad.
How much is the fine, good sir?
Pay this. Get him.
How much is it?
It's nothing to do with me, but I'll pass it on to the Oakleafs.
The guard doesn't say anything to you, May. He looks at you, gives you fucking daggers, and goes, "There will not be any more problems tonight in this household."
I would just like to say, dear sir, Gelesian, my good friend, has recently lost his mother. I apologize for the noise, the disturbances, and the catastrophes, one would say. Simply, Gelesian is trying to let his hair down. They believe it's a murder. But who am I to say? I'm just a friend that has come from a very faraway place to make sure that a good friend of mine is okay.
He takes the fine note back off you, rips it.
I'll make sure they behave themselves for the rest of the evening.
Thank you. He whispers it so quietly. He turns, walks away, and some other guards kind of come over and say, and you can just about overhear him just say, "We're not coming back to the district tonight. Just, I don't fucking care if a bomb goes off. I'm done with this section of town this evening. It's not worth it. Not worth it. Not worth it." And you just see him walk off. You see the guards seem pretty done with this area.
Also, while I was talking to him, I wanted to take note of his facial features.
You were speaking to him on multiple occasions and for long enough that I will
Perfect.
say you were able to take
Guard
him to-
A has been added to my list.
You would assume guard captain.
Oh, even better.
You would think that you had been dealing with not like the full captain of the guard, but an officer of the guard.
Might come in handy at some point.
Yeah.
Cool.
Okay. With that, I'm gonna say that the rest of everything kind of goes a lot more smoothly. You're able to make sure the guards are all distracted. You get the body down. Not the guards. The servants are all distracted. You get the body downstairs. You load it up into this wagon. And before we go for our break, we'll say that you guys take the body to a location which you will know to get into the Undercity. Somewhere
The
in the Temple
only
District.
the only thing I say to the group on the way there is, please can this trip be as uneventful as fucking possible? And I like to think like just to set the scene of like, come on guys.
There is a cart going through the city late at night. These things kind of happen. There's no reason to kind of stop you guys. There could be a late night order going to the Temple District. These people need weird ritual stuff. Yeah.
Just a short question on that. I have the city secrets feat, which usually gets you quicker through cities because I kind of know how to read the layouts and get through passages and stuff. Does it help getting us there faster?
Sure. We'll say that rather than it. So it was 1 a.m. when you kind of all started doing this. We'll say that rather than it being 3 a.m. by the time you get there, we'll call it 2. We'll say that you managed to do everything in half an hour, and you managed to get to the Temple District within half an hour as well.
I call that a win.
What is the party doing? Are
I
we
thi-
all going to Bishaba? Are we splitting up and doing other things, or what's the gist?
We
I-
need to get.
I think for Clover at first, he'll be sitting front, maybe even driving the carriage, with his hood up.
Okay.
Aurora is.
This is kind of more of a question of, are the party all going to be dealing with the Bashaba followers, or are people going to be splitting off and doing different things?
Sebastian wouldn't ask all of you to come, but I think he would need at least help from one person to help with Draxus's corpse.
I can do it. I'll
I
stay
think-
with you, my good friend.
I
Sebastian.
think that someone should stay with Candelaria.
I think. This is
I mean,
just
Candelaria is like half an hour away from you guys now.
this is just the new sense I think I've found myself in after now being a detective, doing some detective work. I think some of us should go get us a room so we can sleep.
I agree.
Because someone died today, and I'm still flabbergasted that somehow a dead man's walking. Anywho,
Woman?
oh, dead woman. Anywho, and then some of us should go with my best friend Sebastian here. I definitely did knock him out, by the way. And I'll go deliver this body to, but
The temple.
Baldur's Gate. Anywho, and I'll go with Sebastian for sure.
I think that the
Any of you who can read and are quite well read are surprised to hear that somehow the great literary works of Baldur's Gate have made their way into the ears of Grendel. It's quite surprising that he's aware of such works of faraway planes, as they are apparently meant to be. You all know they're definitely fiction. Probably.
Sebastian, you gonna be fine with?
Yes, May, to be completely honest, I think you need to go to a tavern and get the fuck to sleep.
I agree.
You died less than 6 hours ago. You fell out of a window. I think the best thing for you right now would be rest.
Sebastian, I'm happy to go with May, but you're well versed in the city. Do you know which tavern? So we can all meet there rather than all of us splitting up?
One
Just
near the
a-
Temple District comes to mind.
just Sebastian, we also gave Candelaria a note to meet us there tomorrow.
Yes.
You-
Whoever
you
comes
would-
with me will be returning for Candelaria. We cannot leave her within the home of Oakleafs.
In that
We'll
case, you
return
know
later.
of an inn near the Temple District, which is far enough, which is at a fast pace, is half an hour's journey by cart away from the Oakleaf estate. So that would be, distance from where tonight's incident happened. There is an inn called the Drab Moon.
Yes, one's just come to me. Near the Temple District, the Drab Moon. Here, let me get you some coin.
The Dragnoon. It's a great place.
Here is 30 gold. Get us get us 3 rooms,
3 rooms.
doubles, so at
6
least
people.
Well, there's 7 of us, but
7
yes,
All beds.
yes, if we can get you know, a room so that 2 people can share, and then 1 room for 3, 30 gold should just about cover it, I think.
I've got money as well. It's fine.
We
Okay.
got
You know
hopes.
that like 3 gold will cover this.
Yes, that way we're not sleeping alone for the evening in case something does go awry. If possible, it may seem a little what's the word? Selfish of me, but could I sleep in the room with 3?
Yes, I got you. Can cuddle with me. I got you, little Sebastian.
Sure.
Thank you.
We'll see you in the morning.
The Aurora and
You,
Sebastian.
you know, Sebastian, that the Drab Moon is a very simple, nondescript inn. It's perfect for if you don't really want to be bothered.
We'll probably
cheap.
meet you there in just over an hour, maybe more.
Sure. If
But rest.
just in case, if you're not there by morning, for whatever reason, should we go back to the Orchid Leaf estate?
If shit hits the fan, let's meet at the gate that we all arrived at.
Okay.
I don't know where that is.
Do you need me to come along?
Actually, Grendel, you know exactly where it is because of your ability.
It just hit me.
Finton, I think maybe staying with Aurora and May might be more helpful. Clover, would you accompany me and Grendel?
Of course. But I don't know temples.
I don't need you to know the temple. I need you to keep an eye on Grendel while I'm dealing with the temple.
For sure, I can do that.
Thank you.
I have this little smirk, like, I'll take care of the ladies.
Oh dear. Well,
No, in a good way, in a good way, in a
That
good way.
sounds very weird.
never mind. Swap the whole thing. You guys take my foster father.
Okay,
joke.
well, with that, I think we'll go on a little break here. Will May and Finton share a room and find out the depths of their love for each other? Will how smoothly will the discussions with the Holt or the followers of Bashaba down in the Temple Undercity, how well will they go? And for everyone else, what about this package that has to still be delivered to the O'Shales by Clover? And what about Aurora's meeting with Zolomar? I guess we'll find out in probably a few seconds your time, but around 5 minutes our time. For now, though, we're going to go on a break, and we'll see you afterwards. Cheers! Bye-bye! Hello, and welcome back, everybody. We've had our little break. I don't know what everyone else has got. I've got yogurt top rice cakes and some water. What's everyone else got?
Pepsi.
Yeah.
Got some grapes.
Pepsi,
What the fuck
Max.
is that? What's that?
Yeah,
Like
no,
cheese
Pepsi.
puffs.
Cheese puffs.
I totally forgot to get anything. So I just got water.
Right. So we have part of the party who go. Let's say, are you guys going straight to bed when you get to the inn?
No.
Yes, please.
Okay. Well, what we'll say
Thank God.
is
One of them.
by the time you get to your rooms, we'll say 15 minutes to get there, and 15 minutes to basically go through the process of sorting the room, getting the room, and all that kind of thing. So it'll be 2:30 by the time that you guys are, or around 2:30 by the time that you guys are there. I'm being very direct with the timings because there's a lot of time sensitive things in this session, just for the audience at home. For everyone else that is currently going to see Bashaba, or the cult of Bashaba that's underneath the city. Bashaba, to clarify the idea of this temple being in the Undercity, it doesn't mean that it's bad, it just means that there are a lot of buildings that are in the Undercity here. It's the city of the unseelie Fae, for example. Undercities kind of make sense. But it is known throughout the realms that Bashaba is a god that is not necessarily worshipped out of a love for Bashaba. There are some, like these followers that you're about to go and see, who do dedicate their lives. However, it's more that she's worshipped almost out of fear, because no one wants to bring her wrath of misfortune down upon them. Same as Talos, the god of storms, Umberlee, the goddess of the sea, these kind of things. So, you guys have this body with you. The entranceway it's not hidden, but it's rather simple, nondescript. You open these stone doors with a little bit of effort, and we'll put a little bit of different music on there. So the hallways are lit by torches lining the walls. The stone is a kind of sandy yellow color. There are tapestries along the walls depicting people falling into foul fortunes, the bleakness that they encounter, followed by the clarity that they see after, whether they lose all of their money, whether a loved one dies, whether they die due to unforeseen circumstances. The darkness surrounds them, everything is bleak, but then there is clarity and a hand reaches out to guide them on towards a new chapter and a new life. That's what these tapestries represent. It's something that you're aware of, Sebastian. You're walking for a couple of minutes with this body. It seems like a relatively narrow hallway, you know. There's not a bunch of crevices that things could be hiding in. You don't see a bunch of areas that turn off, which is why it's somewhat surprising when a voice says from behind you, "May we help you?"
Yes, misfortune has followed me my whole life. And on this day, it strikes once more, as misfortune falls upon my father. And I would just place the body on the floor, unwrap it so that they can see before me what I've brought into the temple.
The figure you see coming from behind you guys doesn't look threatening, but it is intimidating. It's a hooded figure, and you can humanoid, maybe a female form, you're not 100% sure. The voice definitely lends itself towards one that is more feminine than masculine. The only hint you really see of their figure, they're around probably maybe 5'5", 5'6". You see a blue jaw with markings across it. You wear the class. You're brandy.
I've worked for the Bashaba Hands. I don't ask for a lot in this life, but in this moment, I wish for misfortune to fall upon the one that did this. I wish for misfortune to strike out and serve justice for what's been done. I wish for a place to return to in memory of my father whenever I need it.
red light glows from under the cowl. You see it leaking out over that blue jaw that you saw. I see your fates are fata. His death, misfortune. His spirit, at peace. He holds her. She has your eyes. You feel the figure look at you, Sebastian, but you can't see its eyes. More misfortune awaits you.
There's not much more that they can take. Let it come.
Your friends, things that they will tell you may hurt you. She looks at you, Clover. The things that they don't speak of may hurt more. She looks at you, Grendel. Your path is dangerous. You are the unlucky ones. While his end was misfortune, his end has come. He is through the shroud. He has reached the hand. We shall take care of him.
Thank you.
Some more people come from behind you again this time, from deeper within the temple. And they don't wait for you to move, but if you guys move out of the way of them, they take great care in making sure that the body is taken safely. But the others leave and she is still standing there.
May I ask but one final request?
You may ask. I may not have the answer.
Bashaba has always been in my mind's eye. I've had such misfortune hit me my entire life, and at least for the justice of the one that did this deed, would you let me see your face? Would you let me strike Bashaba's fear into him in the last moments I see of him? Would you let me make sure that he is aware that misfortune will be with him forever? Whether
You ask for the wrong things. You're still so shrouded in the dark. You suffer through misfortune. You've never reached through the veil. You've never sought clarity. You, who has spent so long in the grasp of her hand, you've never reached deeper. That is what you should do. And she walks past you. If you had something to, did you have something to say, Igor?
Oh, a little bit.
She turns to, she as she's walking past, she notices you have something to say, and she stops and she says, "Speak now."
You said reach through, the misfortune. Are you saying that there is an underlying meaning in everything that's happening to my friend here, Sebastian, through all the misfortunes he's dealt with in life, that maybe there's something underneath it that can clarify, give him clarity in these situations.
Often the only way out is through. Your
Right.
friend remains.
Well, how
Your
can he?
friend moves sideways, but never forward.
How can someone move forward when the only thing they get is sadness and heartbreak?
To face misfortune is to face your fears. To wallow is not to move.
But isn't
The
he
hate.
facing his fear by?
To hate is not to understand. To accept is to reach out. To control. To be free.
Oh, I definitely understand. I have no fucking clue what she's on about.
You should heed these words. He who wishes to be deity. It
Are you
is
trying to
a
be a deity?
tumultuous path.
Hmm.
It is not one that is found easily.
Hmm.
It is one that often leads in falling, in death, in misfortune. You wish to see things cleaned. None cleans more than the goddess of misfortune from the weights that fall upon those who suffer. By following her teachings, by following her path, the suffering is cleansed from your soul. We cannot avoid misfortune. Luck is part of life. But how we deal with that luck, how we deal with the hand that has been dealt to us, that is the key.
But anything could be seen as misfortune, so what's stopping me from thinking that, I just had a really nice kiss with an owl lady. I think that's misfortunate. She's not very good at it. How am I supposed to connect that? I could connect that to you in this instance. That's misfortunate for me.
Exactly. Our perception shapes our reality.
You're a very wise deity being. And I'll be sure to help my friend Sebastian see the light.
She
Sebastian,
looks
I
up
think
and
I'll-
she turns to look at you, Clover.
Oh, sure.
Your silence treats you the same. You wallow. You do not move forward. It is a shame. You all have much to learn from her teachings. And then she looks back to you, Sebastian, and says, especially one so close to her. I must take my leave. His physical form must be seen to. His spirit is at peace, but we must give it a lasting one. Goodbye.
I
And she
will
walks off.
Amen.
I will return to see him once misfortune has fell upon the one that did this. And you speak.
Maybe when you return, you can listen to more of what we teach. The hand is always so forceful. It rarely takes the time to think and be thoughtful.
You speak of hate. You speak of not understanding. But when all you're taught is hate, that's all that you then teach. And today, now, I will teach hate.
She puts her arm on your shoulder, and as she turns to face you, you see a little bit more of her nose this time. There's more markings on her face. Make me a insight check.
Yeah, I'm actually good at that. +7? Let's go.
Not one.
24, nice.
Take a 24.
You can tell that she's an Asimar. and you'd say going as far as a 24, you've seen these specific markings before. She is in some way, a direct child of Bashaba. Her relationship goes back through, it may be many celestial beings born of this god, but at some point, her blood has come from the deity that she serves. She puts her hand on your shoulder and she says, "Then when you are done with your hate, maybe we can teach you another way. Come back to see me. She's waiting."
I'll return.
And she goes. You guys are left in the dim light of the hallway alone once again.
That was creepy as fuck.
Yes.
If I saw her in the Dark Alley, I am running my ass out of there.
To hate is to understand.
Listen, her teachings are very clear. That we have a lot of misfortune in this group, and some of us are being a little too quiet on our misfortunes. And I think we need to, just let things out and help each other move on, move forward. And,
The thing is, apparently we need to reach out, but I don't understand what was she saying? To accept is to reach out, and you're close to her. Who is her?
Bashaba.
the god, you dummy. Everyone knew that.
Reaching out and accepting is accepting the misfortunes that you have already dealt with. So much of my life has been taken from me, from misfortunate deeds that have been committed by others. Bashaba's hands came to me at my lowest. And maybe I need to go back to them. Not my guild, but back to Bashaba's hands herself. Maybe that's the path, once this misfortune is dealt with. But either way, you lot are more important as of right now. And one of us is currently in the Oakleaf Manor, and I think it'd be wise we fetch her as soon as possible.
I agree.
Okay. So, you guys head back out. We'll say that didn't particularly. We'll say probably took 15 minutes.
Sure.
So that takes you guys round to 2:15. Because of your knowledge of places you've been before, be another half-hour trip back. 2:45. Make me a right. I need for the trip back, which will be by foot. We'll say that you guys get there. We'll say that you guys get back for, it's quite a long way on foot, for about 4 a.m.
Would we not take the wagon?
No, I say when you get back to the inn.
Got you. Okay,
So we got
with
4 a.m.
Candelaria. Okay.
With Candelaria. I need a dexterity check from you, please, Grendel.
Fuck. Okay. I'm not very good at those.
A 3. Okay.
Yeah.
That means that Candelaria has to roll a Constitution saving throw of 17 or more to stay asleep on this trip back.
Uh-oh.
And she rolls a 15. So unfortunately she does wake up, so you will interrupt her sleep. So we'll say her sleep got interrupted. You guys got there for... Took you, half an hour, quarter past, so 2:45. So her sleep, by the time she was downstairs, 3. Her sleep was interrupted at 3. And you guys get back at 4. So she's had 2 hours of sleep so far. Cool. 2 hours of her long rest. It's been interrupted, but she's not doing anything extraneous. So she will probably be the earliest one to wake up at the party. Right. We'll deal with the group who got to the inn first, to the Drab Moon. Sorry for the confusion of ordering that. Just kind of wanted to get the end of that done, and now we move on to going forward with this investigation of the city. You guys have made it to the Drab Moon. That's Finton, Aurora, and May. You walk in the front door, and the colours are very dark. We'll change the music again now. The colours are very dark. It's a very simple kind of looking accommodation. And standing behind the desk is a Winter Eladrin woman. Her features are darker than most of the Eladrin you've met, specifically than most of the Winter Eladrin you've met. They're almost reminiscent of a drow in that sense. Her long hair is tied up in a bun, and she stands over a book and looks up at you with a polite smile on her face as you come through the door. Greetings. My name is Illusis Nightborn. How can I be at your service today? Welcome to the Drab Moon.
Well, thank you for the warm welcome. We seek refuge for the night.
And how many rooms will you need? Will it be one each, or?
No, the rest of our company is coming soon. We need about, like, what was it? 3 rooms?
Yeah, 2 doubles and a family room.
2 doubles in a family room. So a late night of family activities? No need to tell me any more. Is it just the one night you'll be staying?
How long could we stay? For 30 gold?
30 gold. Let me do one check on that.
2 weeks.
It's going to be a while longer than that.
Oh.
Make it a week.
It would be... You could stay for a little over 2 weeks.
Oh, I don't think that will be necessary, but I'll tell you what, if you could include some food for us, we'll probably only stay a couple of nights.
Okay, well, if we include the food for... Was it 7 of you? Oh, you didn't say a number, actually. So how many of you are there exactly?
There's 7, right?
7. Yeah, 7.
Yeah.
And how many of those are children? You mentioned a family.
Well, we have some little buddies, but they're not children. Or someone acts like a child. That's the biggest one. Do you have a stable by any chance? I look at Aurora. Is that humane, or should we put him in a room?
No.
This is the city of Rhinanori. If you have beast folk, centaurs, any of the larger races, don't worry, we can accommodate. We have a room on the ground floor that can work as a family room for you if you need larger space.
Yes.
With these accommodations in mind, for how long again was it with food? Sorry.
Couple of nights, let's say 4 or 5. We might check out before.
4 or 5 you might check out before. Well, let's call it 15 gold pieces for now, and we'll sort any money owed back and anything else when it comes to it.
No problem.
Let me arrange the keys. And she
It sounds very reasonable, my dear.
She nods politely, turns around, grabs a few keys for you, directs you to where your rooms are. Would you like me to inform your fellow guests where the rooms are once they arrive? Are there any keys you wish to leave with me?
Well, you could leave the family room with them, I guess.
I'll be in the family room, I think.
Oh.
With
She hands you the
Grendel.
family room key.
I don't know who else wants to share. I don't mind.
Who else
Oh.
wants to share, right?
I'll take one of the other rooms.
Okay, Finton, you get one of the other room keys.
Well, I guess I will take the remaining rooms, so you can send them up to the spare beds.
Yes, she hands you the remaining key. These are all, apart from the family room, these are 2 twin rooms. The family room has a double bed and then a further bed as well. The further bed is larger for the larger members of the group that may need to stay.
Perfect. Perfect. Oh, do you happen to have a map of the city for when we want to go have a look tomorrow?
Yes, absolutely. She looks in one of her drawers, takes it out. Seems a little bit on the old side. It's quite creased. It might not have maybe all of the most up-to-date new buildings and establishments in there, but it'll give you a rough lay of the land. And she passes it to you. Is there anywhere in particular you
you.
were looking for?
No, not necessarily. Maybe some touristy stuff. Maybe some libraries. Just want a general feel. I've never really visited.
Well, if you turn to, and she kind of flips the leaf over, she gives it has a few locations there. These it basically gives you the legend of where you can find the
Yeah.
things that you were just asking for. Yeah, and then
I yawn. I'm like, I'm not trying to be rude, but I'm like, oh, I'm tired.
of course, if you need to go to bed, you're more than welcome to make your way there. These cards will give you your room numbers as well.
Thank you.
We'll head to bed.
Cool. I'll inform the others that they're of the remaining room allocations.
Thank you.
And
Thank you.
she sits down on a stool that allows her to still see over the desk, and takes out a book that she goes on to read. And you guys make your way to your rooms. Do you all just go straight to sleep?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Cool. May goes straight to sleep. Finton goes straight to sleep. We're saying that this was past?
You said 2:30. I think.
2:30. Cool. Right, so you guys are going to sleep at 2:30. 2:30. Cool. 2:30 for Fam. Finton, Aurora, and May. Right, so then that means diddly dum. You guys get there at about 4 a.m. And
Did I get to spend some time being awake?
yes. If you're not just waiting for them to show up, yeah, you can spend some time doing whatever you need to.
I don't think I need that long. It's just I want to see if I can figure out on this map where the Soul Tide guest houses are. Or the drier street.
Yes, you can find Dryer Street. It'll take you maybe 10 minutes. You can do that as part of your long rest, to be honest, because the long rest isn't necessarily sleeping. It is all the things that kind of go into, and you're kind of just maybe lightly planning for your next day. So we'll still say you went to sleep at 2:30, but yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
You can find Dryer Street. The guest houses themselves don't stand out, but you do find the location of Dryer Street out on there.
Okay.
It seems to be there doesn't appear to be any kind of cultural landmarks around that area.
Is it far from where we are now?
It is not near the Temple District, but it's also nowhere near where you think the Oakleaf area was. Its district doesn't have a name. You kind of struggle to work out exactly how far it will be. You don't really know the city well enough yet to fully work that out. but you feel like it might take you an afternoon of walking to kind of get there. And
Yeah.
you would gather from your knowledge of maps that you've seen in Iorta in Iortis, that this might not be the most upstanding part of the city.
No, okay.
For some reason, Zolamar has chosen a pretty low economic area to base himself out, which is odd for someone of his standing.
Yeah. Okay. Good to know. I'll keep hold of the map.
Okay, so you guys will be up at 10. Well, you guys will be out the room at 10:30. Okay. Next up, we have the rest of the party getting there at 4 a.m. This Winter Eladrin woman is reading her book. Ah, you must be the rest of the guests that came in a little while earlier. My name is Illusis Nightborn. I'm and again, drow-looking woman. I'm the proprietor here of the Drab. I'd recognize those eyes anywhere. Sebastian.
Yes, it is I. Unfortunately, it's been quite the evening.
No worries.
I believe my friends come by to hire some rooms for us.
There are 2 remaining keys here for a room suiting a larger gentleman, as she gestures towards Grendel. There'll be, from what your friend said, there'll be no need for you to stay in a stable this evening. And another key here, and another key here for your sleeping friend? I won't ask any questions, Sebastian. I've seen you in worse states. And
For troubles. And I slide her 15 gold. We were never here.
She slides it back and says, I don't know what you're talking about.
I am
We look
not
after, we look after our own, Sebastian.
I take 10 gold. I slide back 5. Treat yourself.
She smiles, she nods, and goes back to reading her book. She says, if there were guests here, I would say that the food will be delivered to their rooms so that they don't have to eat with any others.
Perfect.
You guys, I'll let you choose how you kind of split, where you kind of set everyone.
Well,
If
I'm
you
really
ask
good
her
at
who's
fucking choice.
if you ask her who's in which room, you'll find out which room May's in. If you want to put Candelaria with May so that the unconscious woman is at least with another woman.
Yeah. Yeah, we do that. Because we're not putting her in with Finton.
A very good guy. I will take care.
I can take care of Candelaria.
Clover, when you go into the room, you see Finton is just snoring away. He's got that sleep apnea real bad. So you're gonna have a restful night's sleep.
I'm still wondering how is it bad to put Candelaria with Finton, who is like a devout cleric now, and put him with Grandel, who just like kisses them in the first go.
Only.
No, Candelaria's
Yeah,
going
it's
with
May.
May, and
Okay.
also. And also, I don't think the rest of the party are like you haven't
No.
told everyone what's going on yet.
That's fair.
You've
that's
kind of
fair,
just
yeah.
been acting differently. Geez, sorry about
It's a
that.
great night, huh?
Cool. So you guys get to bed for around 4 a.m.
Yes, I do.
which
I
means
don't
you'll be
go.
up-
I don't go immediately to sleep, but as part of my long rest for maybe 15 minutes, I stay up and I pull out my forgery kit, which has like a journal where I practice like handwriting and stuff in, and I rip out all the pages I've already used, and so it's a blank book. And at the beginning of the book, I put I write in Elvish. I will write To those, I wish misfortune, and I begin a list.
Okay. As you write those names down, you think before you leave for going to move on from this city, it would be wise for you to pick up instruments used by those who follow Bashaba to make your prayer to her more pronounced. You don't have to do this tomorrow, but before you leave the city, whenever everyone does their shopping trip, you think it may be wise to gather herbs, symbols of her, etc.
Mm-hmm.
And you can, you know a few of those, but you also think if anyone goes to a temple district at some point, for example, you could also in daytime maybe see some of the followers and see how they're doing things, because they'll be moving around at times as well.
Yeah.
So 4 a.m. for the rest of the group. For C, S, C. Oh, Grand Elves. So oddly enough, first person who's going to be up is going to be Candelaria, and everyone else will be up at midday. Now that is interesting. Okay, you guys head to bed. Candelaria wakes up first with a bit of a headache, and she'll wait for May to kind of get up at 10:30 before she kind of makes her plans for the day. She is quite kind of taken with the whole Glaroon situation and has no memory of what happened the night before. So as you wake up, rather than kind of ask you what's going on, she's a little bit embarrassed. She's just going to tell you she's heading out. She's got some things to buy and sort out.
Well, May will actually get up half hour before the long rest would end, so to speak, and do her meditations in the morning.
Yeah, so as you wake up, that's when Candelaria is leaving. Cool, okay. That sorts that out. And May, you're up. No one sharing a room is actually up at the same time, which is interesting. So Finton, Aurora, and May, you're all up. The rest of the party is still sleeping and snoring away. What are you doing with your mornings?
Well, yeah, like I said, I'm gonna do the meditations and then head downstairs and just try and be in the common room, wait for someone else to show up.
Okay.
Because, yeah.
It looks as though Elysis has not moved. She's still there reading her book. She nods to you and says, would you like breakfast sent to the rooms now?
I think we'll let the others sleep in. When did they come in?
It was a couple of hours after you arrived.
So yeah, send it in after. Like, I think us three, we were just gonna have our breakfasts here.
Okay, no worries. Not that I've seen any of you anyway. And she turns. You have no idea what that means, but she turns to go back to her book. Aurora and Finton, what are you doing?
Well, knowing that we all went to bed around the same time, I'll head down to the common room to see if I see anyone else that is awake. And if they are, then I'll ask them if they want to come with me somewhere.
Cool. May is there. And Finton, do you head down as well?
I will head down as well after my silent morning prayers to the lovely Lady Soon.
Fantastic. Well, you're all still up at the same time, regardless of how you kind of spent your morning. You're down at the same time. I am going to remind Aurora that just to say that Zolomar did say to go alone.
It's evening time when I meet him, right? It's morning now.
That's correct.
Yeah.
I was just wondering if that was the place you were going.
No.
It's 10:30 in the morning. You guys are headed somewhere. Are you all going together or?
Well, good morning. I was
Good morning.
gonna ask. I have this map. I think there's a library not super far. I'm just gonna guess that there's one nearby. Maybe we can actually do some research on why we're here whilst the others sleep, and then head back for lunch and meet them for that.
That's actually a very clever idea.
That seems fair. I guess we can, but I really would also like to see a couple places at some point.
You can do. I am happy. I was gonna go anyway. If you want to go shopping, that's fine. I just wanted to wait for you guys to wake up.
I kind of have some, I don't know, deities to say thank you for, and also I really want to see my mentor. Like he kind of, I guess he kind of also helped me.
Yeah.
To come back.
Go for it. Are you feeling better today?
Yeah, I'm feeling good as new. Kind of feel I can squish through tiny spaces better now, but yeah, I'm good.
Don't try that.
You guys are still
feel quite
noticing, by the
nimble
way.
this morning.
Just one thing to remind you all: May's eyes now glow with a dim moonlight at all times.
Oh.
It's not like blinding, and it's not enough to like light up a room, but it's almost like they've got like a glittery texture to them now.
Or is it me, or did something change about her?
No. I thought I saw it yesterday, but I didn't want to say anything because I had a drink and it was late. But
What's happening?
if you looked in the mirror,
You should.
that's a really mean way of saying it. Have you noticed anything different?
Well, like I said, I feel more nimble.
Alive.
But kind of more alive for sure. I don't know nothing else, I think.
Well, don't get
So
me
what's
wrong.
going on?
Your eyes were nice before, but they're beautiful now. They're like sparkly.
Okay.
Hey, what she's trying to say
I'd like-
is you should find a mirror.
I'd like to think Aurora has a mirror on her person, being
Yeah,
Aurora.
sure. I would
And
say
like a
that.
little pop. And she just like, ta-da!
Yeah, because May definitely doesn't have a mirror, so
Sebastian had
that's true.
two.
Yeah.
Okay. Let's May will look into the mirror and I guess see what you described.
Yep.
Well, that's odd. So that has not been there before, I assume. I don't think so.
It's not
Never
my
look in the
my
mirror?
strongest. It's not my strongest feat, but I want to do a religion check on this.
Yeah, go for it. The cleric who doesn't have a very good religion check.
It's a 17, guys.
It's a 17. This is a bit of a tough one considering you had a direct. Okay, actually, it would be a little bit of a stretch to kind of put this all together. You know that your god is the daughter of Saloon, the moon goddess. It would make sense that a favor was called in why your god, who has nothing to do with Soon, with nothing to do with May, to the best of your knowledge, would call upon you to do something. So specifically as bring May back. That would kind of be compounded by the fact that clearly she's been touched with some of Soon's kind of blessing, Saloon's blessing now, sorry. It's almost like a mix between Saloon and Soon's blessings. Soon, you know, god of love and beauty, the eyes being such a focus of many people's ideals of beauty. And beautiful eyes seem to transcend the trends that kind of go around of what is beautiful and what isn't from decade to century. The other side of it, a little more blatant, is it's moon stuff. And that's genuinely how Finton sees it. A lot of depth about Soon, and then Saloon is like,
And moon
yeah,
stuff.
moon stuff.
Moon stuff. Yeah. Right. You. I would say, do you remember when I revived you? I guess you didn't.
Well, I do remember that. Like, I think we had a short chat about it after. Like, I saw a deity, the Saloon, I assume, because I prayed to her. And
Oh.
you prayed to a goddess?
Well, as you may know, Saloon and Soon, they are connected with moon stuff. And, you know, right before I revived you, I was, let's say, visited and inspired by Soon to help you, which I did, which helped out pretty good. And now you're here with moonlit eyes, which are very beautiful.
Thank you. I guess even more reason I should maybe go to the temple
Oh,
and
yeah,
have a
yes,
chat.
yes. Wrath and Thunder, if you don't, you should go. She'll punish you if you don't go.
Yeah.
So, you guys make your decisions on where you're headed to. We have May. Where are you headed?
Well,
Temple District or
I'm
Monastery
gonna go
first?
to the Temple District.
Temple
yeah.
District first. Okay. So that's about half an hour away. If you want to be back for the time everyone else wakes up, oh no, sorry, it's 15
Well, I
minutes
get
away.
City secrets, right?
If it's about 15 minutes away, even with City Secrets, because that's the length of time it took you to get here, using your path. So it was 15 minutes to get to the inn. So 15 minutes back to the Temple District. You'll have about an hour before, if you want to get back for when everyone else wakes up. So you'll have time to do the temple. You won't have time to do the monastery straight away.
Yeah. Sounds good.
Finton, where are you headed?
I promised May to visit her with the temple, so
Cool.
I will come along.
Cool. Same timeline for you then. And for Aurora, you want to go to a library, correct?
Yeah, I just want to stay sort of nearby, but I don't want to. I want to use my time productively, but I don't want to stray too far. So if I can find some info about it here, that's what I want to do.
There is a library that brings you a little bit closer to where the Oak-a-Leaf estate was. That's probably about, again, 15-20 minute walk away in the opposite direction to where these guys are going.
Yeah,
Okay, cool.
sure.
We'll handle the library quickly first, because one thing that I would like to do with the library is I would like you to make me, along the way there, you walk past a coffee shop.
Okay.
Walking past that coffee shop, make me a perception check, please.
23.
It's really good you rolled so well on that, because if you didn't do this, everyone would have completely missed this possibility. Yes, here's your coffee, Miss O'Shale. Sorry, Mrs. O'Shale. You hear that? You look towards where the sound came from. You see a human woman wearing kind of upper class black clothing. Not out of mourning, but more out of it's almost kind of like a business look to it. She has a very masculine look to her clothes. She's not wearing the traditional kind of more kind of feminine dress of the area. She has long blonde hair, medium stature, looks probably in her kind of mid to late 50s. She looks up, she doesn't say anything to the server, and she just takes her coffee and starts to drink it.
Can I quickly get a takeout coffee?
Go for it.
Yeah.
You go in, the coffee shop is called the Cold Brew.
The cold brew, okay.
Yes.
Well, I will then, I guess, order an iced coffee, if they have that.
They can make you an iced coffee, yes. They can even make you a cold brew iced coffee, as they call it. So they get to making that. It's the it's a nice day. The weather is quite warm. So it's like those. It's I'm trying to think of the best way to describe it. It's kind of like all the sliding doors have been kind of pulled back. So even though Samantha Rochelle's sitting outside, you kind of standing inside can still see her.
Mm-hmm.
It's like there's a lot of kind of open space there. She doesn't say anything. She doesn't look up from some papers that she's reading over. And she's drinking her coffee.
And I know how much Sebastian was fucked over by his family, right?
Yes, you also know that this is the name of the package connected to connected to Clover.
I don't know if this is a really dumb idea, but I'm angry at her. So I take my coffee. A bit of coffee. And I pull out the map whilst I take a sip of my coffee and I start marching out of the coffee shop, very intently looking at my map as I maybe intentionally stumble into her table and drop my coffee over her.
What?
God, I'm so sorry.
This is freezing, woman.
What do you mean? It's an iced coffee. I'm so sorry.
Yes, it's absolutely freezing. And look at my. You. Clearly, you're not a native to this city. You're some backwards folk from out in the sticks somewhere. Oh, you've got coffee all over my paperwork as well. You ridiculous woman. Roll me a perception check. 13. You don't get a good look at the papers, so you don't get any names, but there appears to be it looks like kind of inventory papers. So inventory for somewhere. She kind of starts wiping them down and says, why do people like to even come to the city like this?
Look, I don't have to answer that. And I was going to be nice because I actually have a friend who does dry cleaning and is actually really good at such things. And I was going to offer...
I'm sorry, but I wouldn't trust a friend of your class to be looking after my clothes.
Okay, well,
I
in
am
that case...
Samantha O'Shale of the O'Shale family, one of the richest families in all of the realms.
Well, I see rich doesn't come with a personality, does it? Okay. Well, I was going to be nice and offer the services for free, but if you want to be like this, then that's also okay. I do apologize for the missed coffee beans on your clothes, but since you feel you're much better than me, I am not going to waste my time anymore.
I have a busy afternoon and now I have to go and get changed. Fantastic. Thank you for wasting my time.
Oh, you're most welcome.
She leaves the rest of her coffee, kind of flicks the coffee off of the paperwork once more, puts it into her bag, and turns to go. Is there anything else you want to do before she leaves?
Nope.
She leaves. And she heads off into the city.
Assuming we're not going the same direction, because that'd be really awkward.
You're not. No, you're not go. You would for like a moment or two before she'll turn off.
Then I'll let
kind of
her
at a
go
right
ahead a little bit, and then
Yeah. Yeah, she's
Go
not
to
heading
my
back towards
library.
the temple district. She's definitely heading into a different area of the city.
okay.
She's heading to the more expensive part so she can go and get changed. Okay. And after that, do you head to the library?
Yeah.
Okay, cool. You head to the library and you'll spend, around about an hour there. It's not really enough time to get a good look for things, but if you make me an investigation check, tell me what you're looking for.
I mean, books on Crescentia or artifacts from the area, and if they have one, I just try and rent or buy it rather than try and read it in there, so I can always bring it back and maybe someone else can look it through when they have time.
The issue is, this is Rhinanori, so there's lots of books on lots of different artifacts.
Okay.
The other issue is looking for books on Gorvan Crescentia means that you're basically looking for the history of all the region, like of the Feywild, and an entire continent, basically in the prime material as well.
Okay.
They have those books, but they have hundreds of them. So finding one that kind of sticks out might be more a case of luck, unless you've got something more specific that you can look for.
I don't think we know much about it in general, so it's really hard to look for something more specific. I think if there's a book about magical artifacts from this region, then I'd probably try and pick that up.
Okay. Roll me an investigation check.
15.
Yeah, you can find a book on the magical artifacts of Rhinanori.
Okay.
It's a reference book. It gives like one sentence per item, and then kind of locations where you can find out more about each one.
Is it mentioned at all in the book?
You would have to spend a few hours kind of flicking through it. I'll say you can spend, if you want to spend the rest of your hour here looking through it, you can go to the section for tea and kind of look through to try and find Tira Crescentia. Is that what you want to do?
Yeah, I mean, if I can, I will just rent the book or buy it when I find the book that I need, and I can bring it back rather than spending my whole day in the library.
What I'm basically saying is,
Yeah.
if you want to look through this book now to then
Yeah.
use this as
Yeah.
a reference to find the
Yeah,
other
exactly.
book,
So
that's
yeah.
going to take up your hour.
Yeah,
you
that's
look
fine.
through the book, there is no mention of a Tira of Crescentia in this book.
Okay.
It does not appear to be what you gather from that is it does not appear to be a Fey Rhinanorian artifact. It's a different type of artifact. Just because it's here doesn't mean it's necessarily an artifact related to the Fey.
Okay. It's a little tough because I don't think any of us have heard of the Tira of Crescentia before this adventure started, so I don't know how well known it is. I will give a go at looking through the letter T.
Yeah.
And if it's not there, I will end my searching.
Yeah, it's not in the book. You spend your time kind of looking through it. You try to think of maybe other spellings, other ideas for it. There isn't anything in the book, and the thing that you gather from that is because this book seems to be quite conclusive, quite encyclopedic of artifacts related to the Fae, related to the history of kind of Rhinonoria and just this area of the Feywild, and it's not in here. So if it's around here, then it's got to be something not related to the Fae.
Yeah. I mean, there's not a book that is artifacts outside of Fae, like mortal. I don't know what would you call it, like real world artifacts.
I'm gonna let you look for one more book. Guess a background of what the. It is just guesswork for you at this point. What could just give me a rough idea of a topic that you would want to kind of look for.
Because the Dream Strider is saying they want to tell a story, I'm gonna go into the storybook section.
Okay. You go into the storybook section and make me another investigation check.
17.
17. Okay. You ignore all of the. You ignore all of the stories of the Fae, because it wasn't in that Rhinonoria book or the Feywild area around it. So you ignore all the tales that the Fae like to tell about their own backgrounds and their own stories that have been passed down. You remember that this is a story that hasn't been told for millennia. This is a very, very old story. And you then begin to think that not even mortal tales tend to go on that long. You're not able to find a book because you didn't know exactly what you were looking for. But what does click for you is maybe this item has a religious background. And maybe that's the kind of idea you should start to think with. You look at the time, you notice that it's nearly noon and that you need to head back to catch up with everyone.
Okay.
But you you think that maybe an idea is that maybe this could be a religious artifact of some kind.
Okay, that's better than nothing. I'll take that.
Because the only things that you can think of that would be around 2 millennia old would be something to do with the War of the Gods.
Yeah. Okay.
Cool.
Cool.
Okay. Let's go to the Temple District. So, we have, yes, we have, which temple do you guys want to go to first?
Leave it up to me because I'm, guiding her.
Well, do you think it's a good idea to pray to the moon goddess during the day? Like, usually I find it's probably stronger at night.
You can see that the Temple of Saloon is quite active. There are people there.
Well, I guess then we'll probably head straight for it.
Okay.
You can always go to the temple and at least ask for guidance from one of the clerks.
Yeah, they might have better insight, yeah.
Oh, go on, in you go.
There is... The temple itself is built into some kind of lime and kind of sandstone formations that have been there for quite some time. All of the temples in this area seem to be kind of built into some old stone. There is a crescent moon in the top. For when the light passes in, you can kind of see in the center that there is a large basin of water. And in that large basin of water, you can see that the moon would then be reflected across. Splashing their face with the water from the moon pool you could swear that this is a high elf woman, but they have quite bestial features. They notice you've walked in, the two of you. A smile comes across their face, and you can see two almost fang-like canines as they walk over. Most high elves are quite aloof, bear that in mind. So the fact that she seems so humble kind of coming towards you, and so kind of open and outgoing, it's a little bit different to the high elves you know, especially in Iorta and places like that. She comes over and says, "Hi there, how can I help you today?"
Well, hello. I'm in a bit of a pickle. So I'm looking for guidance.
She takes your face and goes, "Look at your eyes. You've been blessed by her, clearly. Oh, they're so gorgeous. I can see the moon in them." Sorry.
Yeah,
I'm
thank you.
bestial. I'm of a bestial nature myself. The moon has an effect on me. How can we guide you in Her Lady's light? I do apologize. Astrid Kalani, priestess of Saloon. How may I help you today?
Well, I'm May Winter Sprite, and I guess you could call me revived of the moon. I don't know. I died. My friend, or I was out. I don't know. My friend helped me. And then after that, that happened.
So her blessings flow through you. I see. Come with me. Come with me. You must join the moon pool.
Sure.
Come on, be rid of your clothes. You don't need them.
Okay.
As a matter of fact, Finton. And you would
That's
not
not
expect
close
this. He wears clothes. You would not expect this. He turns around.
Wow. This is gross, everybody. We'll kind of we'll do kind of like we'll kind of gloss over this the specifics of this scene, but basically she guides a rather nervous May through less a prayer and more kind of a ritual of embracing the part of you that is now so connected to the moon. Once you're in the moon pool, it's quite strange. You almost feel sick at first, because what actually happens is through the ritual, your blood moves like the tides, as though it's being controlled by the way that the moon is moving. And at first, it feels alien, as though parts of your blood are moving to different parts of your body. It's very strange to you as a monk, someone who has spent so long controlling their ki and their energies as they flow through. But after a few moments, you realize, this was why I was so unsettled. This new energy needed to fuse with my ki. I needed my blood to flow through me in a way that I can understand it and control. And that's what this ritual helps you do. You find yourself so much more settled now, and you find yourself a lot more centered and a lot more at peace. As yes, the ritual is over. You dry off. You put your clothes back on, and you see a Finton at the back, facing the other way, kind of leaning up against one of the pillars in the temple.
I have to admit there was some peeking now and then, but no, I should not look.
I'm done.
Are you dressed?
Yes, of course.
Oh, thanks, Susan, for that. And
Well, I think I might know why I fell yesterday. But I'm good now.
was it because you were drunk, or because
No, I didn't drink.
Oh, you didn't. Sorry.
but my energy is, you know, as a monk, I move differently. And I feel like the moon energy or something was disturbing my flow.
What do you mean by move differently? Like,
Well, have you seen me punch things?
when I was conscious, yes.
Does it look like other people punching stuff?
It's a bit faster.
See?
So you live a rather violent life, don't you? That's Astrid. She's still there.
Well,
You're talking about.
I try to help my friends
That's
get
really
through
cool.
tough spaces.
That's so cool. This is a really weird fucking high elf, guys.
Well, do you know, thank you first of all. Do you have any items or things I can take with me to be more connected to Saloon?
I don't think you need to be any more connected. You've got her blood flowing through you. I mean, there is one more step you could take to become one of her chosen.
Well, I feel quite chosen.
Well, the gift that she bestowed upon me is one that I could share with you if it's a step you're willing to take.
I'll give like
I'm
this
talking-
glare for like
She
I don't
she
know
points at her
if we-
teeth and goes, "I'm talking about these."
Yeah, no, I don't think so.
Okay, you're
Sorry,
not
but-
ready yet. You're not ready yet, but that's okay. Maybe one day. It's a choice, and it's not an easy one to make. But it's a choice that I took. I never really fit in with my family, and
Well, neither do I, funny enough. But
I have to
maybe
ask.
someday.
I have to ask, and forgive me my rudeness. But how did a high elf, some like you, end up in a place like this?
again, these. She points towards them. I'm blessed with. I'm one of the blessed of Saloon, or as some of the more scientific may call it, afflicted with lycanthropy. I'm a werewolf. Oh, she chuckles. Yes, I am. I'm a werewolf, but I have strong control of it as one who follows Saloon's teachings so closely. There was always a
Well,
nature
that's-
of me that didn't fit in with my very uptight family. I turned my back on that life, which was difficult and painful, but this is my true life, and this is who I am. And I'm much happier.
Well, I'm glad for you. But I think I need to find my own way.
That makes sense.
Do you by any chance know any monk monasteries in the city? Like, I'm supposed to meet someone, like, kind of wearing masks, like a beak.
No, the beak doesn't ring a bell.
They might be kind of mysterious.
You hear a
They
voice
don't
in your
really
head.
show
You
themselves
hear a
much.
voice in your head. May many do not see me in that form. It's just how I appeared to you. Many do not see me at all. I will guide you. When you're ready,
Okay.
I will guide you. Do you say okay out loud?
I kind of hum to myself first, like going, that's interesting. But I think I will say the okay loud, yeah.
Finton, you hear just like The woman doesn't say anything back. She's still thinking, and May just goes, "Okay."
I'll just give May the look like a. Yeah, you gay?
These things happen.
I think I know where to go now. Thank you.
Okay. She does like the same kind of okay back.
Do you mind if I come back sometime?
Anytime, you're more than welcome.
Thank you.
Cool. You guys, you've kind of found a little bit of peace inside yourself and maybe restored your balance a bit now. You're back out in the general temple area.
Finton,
Yeah.
do you want to see your lady friend?
Well, first of all, it's very rude to address your goddess as your lady friend.
Well, I don't know her.
Well, you've never met like Saloon, and you didn't call her the lady friend, right? So
True.
no,
But
that's just no. But yes, we should pay a visit to Lady Soon's temple. It's around the corner, I believe.
see, that's nice. Let's go then.
Okay. You guys head to Lady Soon's temple, and this time, there is an Asimar with light pink skin and silver markings across her skin, with long flowing silver hair, who's watering some flowers outside.
Well, you were pushing me earlier.
Oh, hey,
Should I push you?
that's a nice looking lady. So we're in the right place.
Oh, hey, how can I help you?
Sorry.
Yeah, right. Well, hello. My name is Finton,
Hello, Fenton.
and I'm a cleric of the Lady Soon, and I wish to.
Oh my goodness. My name is Onasar. I'm a priestess of Lady Soon.
Hey, do you like coffee?
Do I like coffee? Oh my god, I love coffee.
What's your favorite coffee?
Can I just slap his pen?
I like an iced vanilla latte
Oh, that's my favorite as well.
with extra
Yeah.
foam.
Oh, we should get the foam. No. Focus, Finton. Focus. I'll turn back to May and oh, no.
And you were doing so well before.
I
know.
think you're doing so well. Oh my gosh.
I am here to pay my respects to the Lady Soon, and I wish entrance to the temple.
Of course. You can have entrance to the temple. Come with me. And your
Thank
little
you.
friend can come as well.
I may I as well.
Oh my goodness, look at your eyes. They're so pretty.
Yeah, they kind of knew.
You must have... To have something so beautiful, you must be really close to the goddess.
Kinda, but
He was
the other
blessed
side?
by Soon's mother.
Oh my goodness. That's so great. You guys should come inside.
sure we'll
Yep.
join you.
Just a quick
Okay.
question. Do you like it here or?
I love it here. I've been here for like at least 200 years.
That's pretty long.
Yeah. It's really long.
There's like this awesome awkward silence between the three of them.
Come inside. And
yeah,
she
yeah, let's go inside.
goes inside with you. So how can I help you today?
Like I said before, I would like to pay my respects by an offering to the Lady Soon. We had a pretty special situation where I revived my friend on advice of Lady Soon, and it was also her mother, and now we're here, and I want to say thank you in person.
Oh, and you have the Sword of Soon. That's one of her great relics.
It
That's
is
so
in
cool.
it is in my possession, exactly.
It is in your possession. There are very few of those that she gives out. You must be one of her highly chosen ones. Or
So-
maybe you started to stray from the path. Did you stray from the path?
No. Which is an obvious lie.
Yeah, she's like, don't lie to me.
Yes,
That's not
maybe.
gonna help you get back on the path.
But he's in very good. He helped me sincerely.
It is important to help others. It's important to see that beauty is not only skin deep, but also part of our souls. And the love that we feel for each other is so important. Just like the love that I can see within you. You love your brother, don't you? She looks at you, May.
Well, yeah. I give anything for him.
When I look into your eyes, I can see that love. And that love should empower you and help you grow in confidence. You shouldn't be so nervous. You're a very powerful person. And you're
Well,
pretty cool too. She looks at Vincent and says,
Thanks.
Well, I still got lots to learn, but thank you.
come with me, we can give an offering. And she takes you through, she leads you through an offering ritual soon. 200 years is really old for an Asimar. Like, really old.
Yeah.
Whatever you saw as some kind of, like, I don't know, quote unquote kind of like sorority girl-esque kind of thing, you see through the ritual and clearly that she is almost the definition of Soon's teachings, that beauty and what you see skin deep and what you hit, like the things on the surface are not the definition of what makes a person, and that the true beauty is underneath. And she's clearly vastly intelligent in rituals to your goddess that you could barely scratch the surface of, and yet she's very kind of guiding you through it. She's extremely insightful to just know by looking at you, May. She must have seen something in your eyes. Maybe she's got a deeper connection with Soon. You don't know. You have all of these things going on in your head that this woman who seemed so shallow at that very first moment that you met her appears to be deeper than maybe anyone you've met on this journey yet. And it's just a new teaching for you from Soon. Is there anything else that you guys wish to do in the Temple District?
No, I think we should head back.
We should, but before that, what's your secret? Like, you saw through Maeve and me, and you were like so patient, and how?
She leans over to you almost seductively and whispers in your ear, "Follow the path."
Thank you. No, just turn around and just walk away, focusing on where May is, where the exit is, out of the temple. This is like very hard for Finton to deal with.
Finton's doing well, but as long as he takes the lessons away from this meeting, then he is another step closer to his god. Soon works in very mysterious ways. So,
I believe in you, Finton.
Well, at least there's one party member who believes in me. But I have to say, you might have to talk to Aurora sometimes. It's always good to, if you go through a traumatic experience like death, you should see a therapist. And I'm not a good one. I'm not licensed. I'm just a cleric.
I feel I need to speak to my mentor, but maybe someday.
And after that, you should speak to Aurora.
okay.
Thank you, Finton.
So, you all gather back, and I'll say this very slowly whilst we wait for. Unless Jane can currently still hear me. Oh yeah, I think she can. She's got headphones on. So you guys all gather back. The rest of the party awaken at around midday. You kind of gather in the common room area. You guys wake up with breakfast there available for you, as it has been brought to the rooms in time for you guys to enjoy it. But you gather in. You initially gather in the common room, and then Illicis gathers you guys into a more private room that appears to be like basically one of her back rooms, and she offers you that to use so you don't get overheard or seen. You're all together. What's the plan?
I don't come down as Sebastian.
Who did you come down as?
I come down as Verenzine. Dressed in my commoner's clothes, because I believe Rhinanori is not a coastal city, if I'm right.
It's not.
Yeah, which is exactly what I wanted. So I come down as Verenzine, so I look like Verenzine's skin, but obviously I'm wearing my commoner's clothes, and I don't come down in my fancy gear. It's been a while since I've looked
at it. What's Verenzine's skin and everything again?
He's a tiefling from memory.
Yes.
He's a tiefling gentleman, middle-aged. He was like a ship captain, I believe, before. He had a lot to do with that sort of thing, so I imagine he's got like a bit of a weathered look to him. But that's what I appear before the party, but in commoner's clothes. Grendel would see me shift into it before we left the room.
Is Grendel finally starting to understand this whole shape-shifting thing now that he's punched him in the face once?
If he gets confused, I immediately revert back to show him and then go back to it.
Sebastian, you don't have to keep changing your looks if you're uncomfortable in who you are. I just want you to know that whatever you may look like, you have a beautiful soul, and that I'm still very sorry about knocking you the fuck out, and I just want you to know I hold no ill will to you.
Yeah, look, this is how I'm gonna look like for a while now.
What?
And the reason
Why-
for that is because there's obviously some heat on me.
Right, I get you're scared of me, and you have to add this kind of deeper accent to try to.
No, I
play it
don't
off.
think you understand. If
Listen,
I'm the usual me, people
Right.
around here know who I am. So word gets out. So I'm
I
gonna
get it.
go as Wallace.
I'm a very
That's the name, I
intimidating
think.
guy. You just don't have to change your voice to try to sound as intimidating as me. If you want to learn from me, I can teach you.
Grendel.
Grindel, hey Grindel, how you doing?
How about
Oh,
we go downstairs, we speak to the others.
yeah,
Alright?
I could do a deep voice too.
You guys are already downstairs. Just a heads up, you're on the ground floor.
Alright, well we go in this room and speak
Right.
to the others.
Yeah, I can put down a deep voice too. My name's Grin. I changed my name to
Grendel,
my
I
name-
understand that you're
my name-
mocking my accent right now.
My name.
And I understand that you're mocking it because, you know, you don't understand. Because sometimes you're not the cleverest person in the room, and that's me being polite.
It's alright. I'll change my name to Sebastian. So my name would be Sebastian. You can be Wallace. And I'll walk around. And we'll be good.
So you
Don't-
guys meet up in the in the back room together. What's the plan?
Can I just say, Clover probably comes in last out of all of them, and sees all these people sitting together, and I guess he put together that this new shape
It's me.
is Sebastian. Yeah, okay.
You've also met
Yeah,
Veren
but I think
as well.
Yeah, I think I'd do a double take. That's why. So
The only person not here is Candelaria.
Oh.
cool.
She told May this morning she's off doing stuff. So.
And as I come in, I'd sort of just like walk past Sebastian and put my hand on his shoulder. Sorry about yesterday, buddy.
Hey, look, it's fine. We've I've dealt with those hardships, but I now know that there is a task at hand. I know that we need to find the Tear of Credentia. However, before Grendel starts, the biggest problem we have is that I told Jalessian what we were doing. He knows we're looking for it.
So the question I have is, where is he now? Where do you think he is?
Right now, probably back at the estate.
And where did he run to yesterday?
For aid, most likely, considering his little plan didn't go how he wanted it to. From my understanding, at least from what the guards told me last night, he's got his hands in the pockets of the O'Shales.
Oh my god. I ran into one of the O'Shales this morning. Samantha?
You met Samantha O'Shale?
Yes, and I'm sorry, I may have fucked up, but I was pissed. She's sitting at this coffee shop, being ignorant to the waiter. So I walk my little ass in there and order a coffee, and happen to stumble into her and spill my whole drink over her.
You have to be probably the dumbest and most full of yourself therapist I've ever met in my life. What was going through your mind when you decided the girl that we're supposed to be getting something from?
Elmo, okay.
No. Wait, Grendel, you're saying we need to get something from her?
No, listen. Last night, after whatever the fuckery you guys did in the estate.
Can I just cut in quickly? Can Clover please roll me a deception check for lies of omission?
Oh.
You're seeking information about something that you're trying to hide information about.
21.
You're good. Yeah. I don't think that's gonna. I don't think anyone's insight checking you, so it's not really gonna trigger anything.
As I was outside doing my investigator work, you know, because I'm a investigator with my lovely maid assistant, I ran into your friend, whatever his name is, and he dropped a business card.
Whose business card was it?
Oh, that's funny as you ask. I'm gonna look at the business card real quick. It just says the name on. Does it say anything else other than the name Samantha O'Shale?
Not that you can read.
Oh, because I can't read. Thanks for making
It's
fun of
in
me.
small print. It's really hard to read.
Can I see the card?
No. My best friend Sebastian, can you please slide down here, please?
Yeah, certainly.
Oh, my bad. Not Sebastian. Wallace. My bad.
Yes, thank you. Just so you're all aware, if we could drop the Sebastian, at least for a few days.
His name is
He-
Sebastian, by the way.
Anyone asks, left down.
Wallace of the Wild West here. Here's a business card I got from your
I've
friend.
never seen someone break so bad. during
Why
one
don't
of
you
these.
why don't you pass that card over here, cowboy?
What does it say, Sebastian? What's on it? I mean, what?
So it says thank you. So it says on here, Samantha O'Shale, bitch.
And then underneath that, it basically says O'Shell Enterprises. It has the business address, which appears to be for somewhere in the Prime Material plane. It's a business card of kind of their main headquarters.
Yes, it's an address that don't really help us in this situation. However,
Oh.
I found out as of last night, admittedly through Jalessian, but I found out that they bought Dusk's Desire, which is in this city.
You know what?
And you saw her at coffee this morning.
Yes.
Interesting. So we know she's in town, and Dusk's Desire is
If
where
anyone-
they hang out.
If anyone has recently bought an establishment, I imagine they'd probably spend some time there making sure that it was in order to their specifications. If you get my meaning.
Hey, Clover. You seem very interested in this lady.
Oh, so the only lead we've got on Julessian, right?
Yeah, and to be fair, when I
Make me
spoke
another
to,
deception check.
I can
Can I
too.
have an insight?
When
This
I-
time you can have an insight.
when I
That's the
spoke
first one, so
to
15.
when I spoke to Jalessian, he also informed me the O'Shales might be one of the only people
17.
that know of the
Something's off.
tier.
So you rolled a 17, May. Something's off.
Yeah.
Oh, if I may, just adding my wonderful investigating detective work. The owl lady mentioned something about the Dusk Desires to me. I thought that place sounded fucking crazy, and I said I wasn't going there. But now it makes sense that maybe my mind would have, something
It-
clicked and I lost it.
It was actually Ambergruff who suggested
Oh,
that you go there. so-
Fuck him, I don't like him anyway. Anywho, if I may, I think your friend, I can't remember his name to save my life. He ran off to the O'Shales last night. He must have. And I think I'm trying.
I have never seen the party break this bad. I've never seen.
Why has it gone from like the highest pitch and then just all of a sudden went,
voice is hurting.
This is how his voice goes.
Oh,
I've never seen Onion break like this.
let me get back into character, please. Okay, we're professionals.
Your elbow
Okay.
anymore.
Okay, Mickey Mouse.
Paddy is trying so hard to keep himself together.
Oh, there you go. Oh,
Just get into it.
oh,
So,
I'm
So
sorry.
your
Fiend.
theory is that Julessian has gone to the O'Shales.
Thank you, my mind. Yes, he has gone to the O'Shales, I think, and I think he was cooped up in there all night. I think he was afraid of something.
Well, that's probably got something to do with the fact that we're all in town.
Ah, the sheriff and his crew.
Clover,
Yeah.
do you know of anything shiny?
Do I know of anything shiny?
Well, the only time I know you interested in stuff is mainly when it's about something shiny.
Well, to be honest with you, I know that this means a lot to Wallace here. Catching Julessian. And I think we all need to go and deal with the O'Shales in some form.
Is that the only thing that's like important? to
It's
you
the only
about
thing I
that?
could talk about. Yeah.
This. Oh. Okay.
It's a bad word.
The only thing you can talk about. Okay.
Why are we grilling Clover?
Well, he seems odd about this.
I think maybe you hit your head a bit hard. Speaking of shiny
Eye
things,
check.
your eyes
Yeah.
are
Everyone make an
particularly
insight.
bright.
Everyone make an insight check. Even if you're trusting in Clover, something's obviously happening in this scene. You don't have to
I'm-
act on it. It's just.
I'm
letting you know.
insight in May.
Okay.
Do I roll
24.
deception then? Or persuasion?
Yes, you can roll.
I mean, they're
You-
the same, so.
Um,
23.
You think Clover's right, Wallace?
Well, I rolled a red
You-
23.
No.
I rolled 24.
Wallace thinks that Clover's right. Clearly, May has hit her head.
I
Because she
think
must be chatting absolute bollocks.
I think May's talking rubbish. I don't get it.
May and Finton, you can both tell that Clover's off. Grendel and Aurora, he's very hard to read.
Okay.
He's a good one.
Clover,
Yeah.
are you hiding something?
I think all of us are hiding something, May.
Well, you've been known to hide stuff before. Did something happen?
I'm literally.
What I could say is there's nothing I'm hiding from you guys that needs to be shared.
Clover, just one question. If we go into the establishment to find this O'Shea family and help Wallace here with his quest, would there be prying eyes and investigation happening when you enter that building, that people would recognize you?
Hold the fucking sending stone a minute. Why are we... Clover clearly doesn't know the O'Sheas. None of us do. Only I have met them before.
Well, he's been acting as if he knows them. He's been
What
very...
are you talking about?
His ears have been peaked at this.
So Wallace, truth be told, I know of them. I've never met them.
Yeah,
But,
I'm not surprised you know of them.
But
They're a very
I
rich and powerful
definitely-
family.
I definitely have a reason of my own, which I can't talk about to you guys,
And I'd never ask you to divulge
you're-
that information.
on why I need to go there.
I don't want to
That's
know
okay.
why
But
or how, but are we getting into trouble when we find them?
Yeah, too fucking right.
but are we getting into trouble
Just
with you?
just
as well,
knowing me
Clover?
Well,
gets you into trouble with.
I think
Well, you went out of town, right?
Right, yeah, I did. But you were accomplices of me in the town. Because Jalessian has seen all of you with Sebastian, me.
Nice.
Aurora, you are piecing some things together now,
Yeah.
considering what you were told before.
I would just like to
Oh,
remind
sorry,
everybody.
what you
what I
you
overheard.
What you overheard before.
Yeah.
Clover,
Mhm.
we don't mean to pry. I just really want you to be safe, okay?
guys, the reality is, if we need to go see them and we get caught, I would have a reason for being there, but I can't divulge any further information. You gotta trust me.
Look, Clover, you don't have to tell us anything that you're not comfortable with. I may or may not know a few things. I may have overheard a few things. I know you have reason to be there. The only thing I ask you is to make the wise choice to not get yourself or us in trouble more than you need to, because we already are in trouble. Because, well, let's be real. We're here with Sebastian. And
That's
being,
Exactly.
being associated with Sebastian could potentially mess up whatever you're supposed to do as well. It might not be as straightforward anymore.
I hear
We're
you.
here to help.
But guys, what's the plan here? What are we doing later
Well-
today?
Actually, one thing I did want to add, which is maybe a little bit useful, is that when I spilled the coffee on Samantha, she had some paperwork in front of her, and I couldn't get a really good look at it, but it's like an inventory stock or something. Which, you know, if they bought a new building, maybe it's used as a stock building.
Maybe
She's building an
Well-
army.
Or it's inventory for the building's new purpose.
Or
Mm.
someone make
They're
me
moving stuff,
the way
maybe.
that was worded was perfect.
And-
To be fair, anyone interested, roll me a flat intelligence check.
Interested in?
what Aurora just said?
Okay.
Massive.
Can I be
Funny
interested
enough
in
that-
myself?
You can be. What Aurora just said clicked something for herself. Aurora, whilst converting Dusk's desire into a storage place would be a little bit weird, you saw on the map there's warehouses.
Like around the.
There's
around
a
the-
warehouse district in the city. Maybe the O'Shells have a warehouse.
I see.
Guys, if we go back to it, we're here to get the Tear of Crescentia.
I agree.
And so far, the only leads we have are the
O'Shells.
O'Shells.
Well, not from the most credible of sources, I may add. Because
So
Jalessian told us that.
So basically, what you guys
please.
are saying is we are going to venture in a brothel where a lot of beautiful ladies would reside.
I don't know if she'd have kept it as a brothel. Let's be real. The O'Shells have power and money. The last thing they want to be doing is opening a brothel, I think.
There
Well,
could be some shiny
let's hope
things
for
in
the
it.
latter. I would vote, let's go in there.
Also, you know, if it is still a brothel, remember it was me home. Let's not fucking wreck the joint.
Fair enough.
Well, Finton, be good.
I'm
Of
telling
course.
Finton to be good. If anything, May, I think you need to be good.
In the brothel?
No, just after yesterday's fucking performance, you have fucking wings and you fell out of a window.
Well, we kind of fixed that.
You all good now?
I see,
Yeah.
Grendel, you've had your arm up for the last 5 minutes. Do
I-
you want to add
sorry.
something?
My dad used to tell me if I ever wanted to add anything to discussions, I had to raise my hand. So anywho, what's a brothel?
It's a place for bros. Heads to Brothel.
It's a
Not-
brotherhood?
not
What up,
always-
y'all?
not
What
always
up in
bros,
the
I will
city?
It's a
Yes.
place for people to frequent when they want to get there.
It's an odd place.
Yeah. You've heard of, intercourse, right, Grendel?
Is that like...
Yeah,
like
what
in
will
the-
happen next time on a
in the
Feywild?
middle? Is that like in the middle?
You
of
guys
a-
explain sex to Grendel, and from what I can get, can I just get a kind of finalization on who's doing what, who's going where, what is the plan for the rest of the day before we wrap up today's session?
buy some arrows, kill some
Get prepped for
bitches.
raid, yeah.
Buy some arrows,
Yeah.
kill some bitches.
Buy arrows, get stocked up, and kill some bitches.
I guess we could do all the shopping like out of the session, right?
Yeah.
Between
Yeah.
now and next one.
So in that case, for everyone at home, you get to know the shop names and what they're for. We have By the Way, the general goods store. Every goal needs a scroll, the scroll shop. The Fletching Outfit, the archery shop. And Feigning Interest, a magic item shop. There you go.
Is there a book or a store to find teaching books? Grendel's gonna go in there and prepare a seminar for the people in the brothel. He thinks it's in the middle of a course, like a college course.
There's a library that Aurora could tell you about.
Okay, I'm gonna go buy some books.
You can't
can-
read.
He doesn't know that
Um,
yet.
Picture books.
Still.
Okay, so I'm just gonna make notes of what everyone's doing individually. So everyone's going shopping except Grendel, who's going to the library.
To buy books.
Everyone's
So he's technically still shopping.
shopping. Yeah, screw it. Everyone's shopping. We then have where you guys say you're gonna shoot people up. Where are you going to?
I guess Dusk's Desire, find a
Okay.
lead. If we don't find a lead there, we check out some warehouses. Maybe we'll find documentation that'll point us to a warehouse where they're storing stuff.
Or someone who's there.
Yeah, or someone who's there that we can
Yeah.
interrogate.
Secret tunnels.
Or charm.
Yeah. Or charm. Yeah, maybe it won't come to blows. Maybe it will.
Probably.
Maybe.
Just walk in the door, daggers out.
So, that's where we'll carry on from next session as we're winding things down into session 9 and 10. Hopefully we won't need a session 11, but sessions 9 and 10. Yeah, thank you everyone for joining us today. It took a very interesting turn that I wasn't really expecting. There was a lot of things that haven't happened that I was kind of expecting. So next session's going to be real interesting with what they find out. What is in that package? Where will they find any more information on where to go? Will any of the other people that they know in the city be able to help them? Guess we'll have to find out next time. But until then, let's go around and find out where we can find everybody. If you'd like to start us off, please, Agent Zeb.
I'm Agent Zeb. I stream on Twitch. Again, by the time this goes live, I'm pretty sure. Playing Crusader Kings and other lovely medieval-esque strategy RPG games. You know, the stuff that's weird and where I min-max too much. But, you know, if you like that. And I will babble a lot and weird stuff. Come check it out.
Thank you very much, Zeb. We don't have any Lan here today, but you can find Lan here. Here is where you can find Lan. Next up, we have the Onion Soup. Where can everyone
Right here, and in the Discord. That's where you find me. Sometimes you find me like this. Sometimes you find me like this. And then other times when I'm Mildred. Yeah, you find me here. That's it, done.
And apparently this session we can find you cry laughing. Which is the first time I've ever fucking seen that. Next up, we have Paddy Max.
Hi guys, I'm Paddy Max. You can find me over on Twitch as well as potentially Kick. By the time this YouTube video goes out, I play Clover Thistlefoot. It's very hard to not tell people things and get, you know, accosted the whole time. But yeah, that's me. Otherwise, you find me here in these videos. So yeah, I'll catch you guys around.
Fantastic, thank you very much, Paddy. And next up, Smitty Jane.
Hi, you can find me here whenever it is, whatever day of the week it is that we upload, playing Aurora, and also losing my shit laughing at Eagle sounding like Elmo. I will never unhear it, now that I've heard it once.
I just realised when I pointed down there for Jane. I've got no idea if Jane's down there for anyone else. Jane could be like over there somewhere. I don't know. Next up, we have the Eagle Outlaw.
Hello guys, I'm Eagle. I play Elmo on this lovely journey. It's been fun, been great. The voice has been hurting. I don't know, I think it's because I've been laughing so much, the voice has been hurting. But yeah, you can find me here playing Elmo or Grendel, whichever one you guys get. And yeah, it's been great, been fun.
And next we have the wonderful Tim.
Hi guys, it's me, it's Tim, and you can find me here on the YouTube channel of Natural Havoc. Finding it very funny that Eagle has some trouble retaining the voice of Grendel. Yeah.
Thank you.
Try Fintons.
And finally, you have me. I'm Rez, and I play Anasar, and all the other characters. I didn't really do too many voices today. It was quite fun. We had a lot of improv. The whole Bishaba thing was entirely improv, and it's probably the most fun I've had with that so far. But yeah, you can find me here as well. And you can find me here next week when we go on to part 9. It's going to be super exciting. You should come back and watch this. I mean, to be fair, if you've watched 8 episodes, you're going to watch the 9th one as well. Unless you really are just like, you know what? After today's voices, I'll hear the same one. But no, looking forward to seeing you guys next week. But until then, treat yourselves well, have an absolutely wonderful week, and see you next time. Bye!
Oh,